For good ideas and true innovation, you need human interaction, conflict, argument, and debate. Esteemed panellists, cutthroats, and civilized humans thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Hello, my name is Sir Oodles Horngoblin III, and today I am joined by the Right Honourable Dr. Stig Competitus.
Hello.
Her Ladyship, Dr. Candy Argumentative Von Pissoff.
Good evening.
And twin experts in smooth chrome domia and deans of their respective colleges, it's Professor Bigglesworth Chumley Ballstein and Professor Gadget Chumley Ballstein of the Electoral College of Mass Debaters. Welcome, one and all.
You're a cunt.
Wow, that's a record, that, for the C word.
Yeah.
The earliest bomb. Let's just get on with some sell it, Stig. Sell it before Ofcom complaints.
Yeah, so if you like what we do, then we have a Patreon. If you head over to patreon.com/modernescapism, you can see the 3 tiers that we do. First up is Modern Escapees for £5 a month. That will get you an extended edition of this episode every week, as well as at least one monthly special and any other specials we do. And you also have the ability to suggest topics for us to do on the show. If you're into Dungeons and Dragons, if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, the Scorched Sheep tier is our D&D player podcast. So for £5 a month, that will get you ad-free early access of that episode, as well as original artwork produced by Candy, any original music and battle maps we put together for the show, and the ability to suggest item names and NPCs for Gadget. And £7.50, the biggie bundle, that gets you everything. All prices plus VAT.
All prices subject to change. We're joking.
All prices subject to VAT.
We need to do one of those. Excellent. Let's just
one that gets gradually faster and faster and faster as it gets towards the end of it.
Oh, that's the first one I've fucked up in a while.
Yeah, mate, it was brilliant. It was human. Don't worry about it. Biggie, what have you been doing this week?
All right, go straight to me then.
You're always moaning about being last.
Yeah, just a few things I want to pick up on. I watched the end of Handmaid's Tale, season 4. I think they are filming the 5th one, and I really hope it's the last season. I mentioned this before, I think, but
you did.
It just feels like
it's still going.
Yeah, it just feels like it's being dragged out. I mean, it's working, what they're doing at the minute, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like at this point
still
now,
nice and harrowing.
I have heard that from most people who like the show, and all say that it seems to be
the one to end
its limits now. Like it just needs to kind of end. So.
But one big main character, obviously this isn't a complete spoiler, does get their comeuppance at the end of this one, so that's good, which makes it feel like definitely season 5 will be the end. But yeah, still a great show. I like it. It's just coming to the end, I think now. Last night watched Spider-Man Homecoming again, but I watched it with my wife and my daughter who hadn't seen it.
Great film.
And really enjoyed it. And it's weird because the rating, I think, is 12+, but apart from the odd bit of swearing, and obviously the threat and violence that you would have in a sort of an action movie,
and
it doesn't really need to be a 12. It just seems, it just seems a bit weird that it's that high. But yeah, I loved it. Really enjoyed watching it again. It's still really good. You can see for Tom Holland's first role and where he's got to in No Way Home, is it? Was that the last one?
Yeah.
You can see how he's grown into that role, and I still think he was very good in Homecoming anyway. I thought he was really good as Peter Parker. Really enjoyed watching him in those scenes. Really cool movie. You haven't seen it, go and watch it. The last thing I wanted to very quickly talk about, because I haven't played it that much, but I did reinstall Cyberpunk.
Oh, we've got a lot of people wanting to discuss that today.
So that came out with the PS5 Xbox upgrade. It does look good. It it's certainly improved on a lot of things to a point. So I just started all fresh. Even picked a different plot line as well. So I went with the the street racer guy,
Street
whatever
Kid.
it was called.
Street Kid.
Street
Nice.
Kid. So I went with,
You give off that air of a bit of a street kid, Biggie.
So a massive improvement from playing the PS4 version on the PS5. You can really see the difference now. But I guess there's still some issues, and I haven't played it as much. I'm only pretty much done the sort of tutorial opening hour or so, and then I've now got the world to open up after I get to my digs. But I guess the rest of you guys can probably talk some more about it if you've played it longer than I have. If you have any thoughts, but
More on that
14 months from launch to get to this point.
Yeah, and it's still raw. Yeah, I'm still having some glitches and stuff. I'm probably maybe an hour or so ahead of you, Biggie, and it does look really nice. And the world is much more alive in terms of the NPCs and everything kind of wandering around and sort of banging into each other. I did witness a suicide as well, and I don't know if that was a bug or if it was intended. It was fairly disturbing, and I actually uploaded it.
It was the NPC just going, nope.
It's just too much. But yeah, there's still a couple of glitches here and there, suicides or not. I had Jackie walking through I think the box actually attached itself to Jackie. He made a friend, and that was just sort of attached to his foot for a while. I did have to adjust a couple of the settings as well. Like the lens flare was a bit just too much. I thought J.J. Abrams had haunted my TV for a minute. But I do think it is an improvement.
Or ray tracing?
I am using ray tracing at the moment. I think the test is going to be when you're out in the open to see the difference. I'll probably, like I'm doing with Horizon Forbidden West, like I talk about that in a minute, but I'm sort of switching between both of them. I'm just seeing what I prefer, because it is nice to have it in 60 FPS for sure. It's nice and buttery smooth, but then you haven't got the Raymonds. But I think it is going to be an improvement, certainly on the PS4 version.
I think you should continue then, Candy. What else have you been doing this week?
Well, before I do continue with what I've been doing this week, I need to make a bit of a national address, I think.
Oh,
so just bear with me.
Oh dear.
I have a speech prepared.
Oh.
Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon. Last week I ran a vehicle-based challenge for my colleagues here at Modern Escapism. While care and consideration was put into making this a fun game, the truth is I was very drunk the night before, and this may have affected my decisions whilst creating certain stat cards. This may have unintentionally negatively affected the Right Honourable Biggie. I claim full responsibility for this perceived slight, and I wish to formally apologise to Biggie and to those affected during this difficult time. A national helpline has been set up, and I wish to learn from this in the future. Thank you, everyone.
Biggie, have you got a retort to that?
I am touched, but I think it's all come too late. My whole family has been affected with very sleepless nights and possibly led to some drug addiction.
A daughter of yours, she's never going to be the same, is she?
It's very Mauritius crack.
No, do you know what? It's all fun at the end of the day. We had a giggle. Yeah, I appreciate it being acknowledged.
All that remains is we'll just hope that the listeners are back on your side, Candy, because you've become the villain.
I noticed I've been too scared to go back on Discord, I have to say. Honestly.
This is what happens with Fallout.
Friends.
Obviously, you've not been with us from the start, but we've had many of these occasions happen. Trust me.
Even my mum's mad with me. She was talking about it earlier to me.
Yeah.
They're always listening to that podcast, and them boys, they were getting a bit competitive.
The biscuits.
My mum's not actually from Somerset. I don't know why she gave her that voice.
Biscuitgate. Still, I don't think we've
Nothing wrong with
financially recovered
Biscuitgate.
from that.
That's a perfectly good biscuit, right? And it won by a fair democratic vote. Sorry, that's just the way it goes. Just like the
That's
film,
the way the cookie
just like the
crumbles.
game.
So actually, for a bit of breaking news as well, I thought I'd just mention that for when it's my next choice for the podcast theme topic, we are going to be discussing the best crisp debate.
Oh, are you doing it? This is going to... Biggie's taking the big one. That's huge. That
means I'm going to have
breaking
to spend
news.
all my week eating crisps.
What's wrong with
Can we
that?
wait till I do that?
Shipping
Please.
mistake.
Because I can't eat salt at the moment, so...
Maybe I can have them there in the night. I'll mute the mic, but just taste them as we go along. Just so.
Well, if the schedule works out, it's not the crisp one for another month. So, we've got time, guys. We've got time. But yes, Candy, continue. Thanks for that address. The fans, listen, I shouldn't call them fans because I don't think they like us. The listeners
certainly don't like me.
would appreciate that.
Right, damage control done. So yeah, as I mentioned before, Horizon Forbidden West came out a couple of days ago, and it just happened to come out.
Isn't it?
Oh, do you know what? I was lucky. Well, I wasn't really lucky because I thought my house was going to blow away, but it came out on the day that I had to shut the studio. Because of that horrible storm. But I did get a day off when I didn't have any power cuts. So, yeah, so far so good. The world feels so much more alive. Like everything is moving, everything's interacting. It's also lush as well. Obviously it's kind of set in the wilds and everything. So there's no particular buildings. It's all literally just shrubberies and shit.
For non-gamers, can you just explain what this is?
So it's a open world RPG based in, I think it's about the year 3000, where
not much has changed.
I
hear that they live underwater. Yeah.
Damn it!
Yeah. So there's been an apocalyptic event, and basically we've been set back, kind of like humanity has had. The world, in fact, has had a bit of a reboot.
It's so like post-apocalypse, isn't it?
Yeah, so you've got your various tribes, but you also have these machines that resemble various creatures that kind of either look after the world or protect it from humanity, and they just look super cool. Some of them look like dinosaurs, some of them look like animals. So far in Forbidden West, I've encountered a couple that look like otters, which are adorably cute, but they want to kill you.
I've got little hands.
Yeah, they do have little hands, and they've got little chainsaw jaws. They're fucking cool, actually.
I like how otters, they hold hands with other otters. It's so
I know,
cool.
and they just have a little float around.
Yeah.
These don't.
Nasty
These just want
bastards,
death.
though, to other
nasty
creatures.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Yeah, to other creatures. They're not nice.
Yeah, but it'd be cool to be an otter. Bring it on.
Well, these ones are mean. It's probably needs a bit of a patch, I would say. I've noticed a bit of pop-in. Some of the markers aren't showing up. Aloy is snagging on a little bit of scenery, but nothing sort of game-breaking, nothing that's going to affect my enjoyment of it, really. The climbing as well. So I don't know if you played it before, did you? Where you can kind of climb on marked areas.
On the yellow
it's the same.
ropes.
Yeah, it's the same. There are still marked areas, and you find that with your little, I can't remember what it's called now, your little triangle on your ear. But it's not things sticking out from the scenery. You can actually climb up rocks and cliff faces now and everything, and it's much more open.
Like Zelda?
Yeah, I would say so.
I think when Breath of the Wild came out, there's a lot of criticism aimed at Horizon where it restricted you to where you could climb. And Breath of the Wild was like, you can go anywhere you like.
Well, essentially it still does, but it's essentially it still does, but it's a lot more open.
Is there a grappling hook? Because now after Halo, if there's no grappling hook, then I'm not in.
I think grappling hook has become the new jump button for most games.
You can grapple for days.
The Deathloop with I was like, I literally pressed the grapple hook button. I was like, no,
not there.
I'll do that on this game.
Combat-wise, it's as far as I've got, it's more of the same. So the gameplay mechanics are kind of more of the same. So if you played it before, you'll get to grips with it quite quickly. I found it a bit of a tearjerker right from the get-go. Not because it's sad necessarily, but the music's so impactful. You know what I'm like with music.
Because of the otters, isn't it?
It's the otters. What if they say I'm not like the others? But it also reminds you of the... yeah, if you get that Foo Fighters joke.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, it reminds you of the ending of Zero Dawn, which I won't get into, obviously, but it does.
I think it ended really good.
It did end. It did end really good. It is a direct sequel as well, so if you haven't played it, I would certainly maybe watch a catch up on YouTube or something. It does try and cover the bases. I suppose it probably covers what you need to know, but it just doesn't have the kind of emotional impact that you might need taking into this new game. And I've got a bit of a feeling the story or the location might go in a direction which is not necessarily expected. I've got a theory, and I'll be interested to see if I'm proven right or not. And if I am, then people's minds are going to be slightly blown, I think.
Without spoiling too much, does it do that thing on sequels to these open world games where you're stripped of all the things you collected on the last game?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
for sake.
it gives you a fairly superficial reason why as well, but
She
shit
forgot.
happens.
She banged her head on a rock.
Yeah, off it's gone.
She's already gone off to the west and forgot a backpack. Oh,
Yeah, she forgot. I hate that.
But yeah, well, the temptation for me was to kind of mainline the story, but actually I'm just faffing around at the moment, doing all the side quests and everything. Like, especially because I really want to play Tiny Tina's Wonderland and Ghostwire Tokyo as well. So I do want to kind of get it out of the way so I can play these, but I just don't want to. The world's so nice. I just want to bumble around helping people find ingredients for their stew and stuff like that. But yeah. So I'll come back to I'll do another Nexus once I've finished and kind of round it up a bit. But so far, so good. I'm probably only maybe 6 hours in, I would say.
I thought the first game was really quite a pretty game anyway. So I take it they've gone a few steps up with the new version as well, because it's pretty
Do
stunning.
they still look like
first time round.
dolls?
Yeah, actually, the
kids
character
in it that
models
look
are
like
a little bit
aliens?
weird. Yeah, they are a little bit. Well, actually, most of the NPCs aren't, but you've probably heard all the drama about Aloy. And I have to say,
Yeah.
her
I think
face
she looks
does
beautiful.
she does look beautiful, but her face does look a little bit odd. Not in terms of
I like
her
odd.
attractiveness, but it's a little bit maybe wax figurey. So that is a little bit of a criticism, but it's not really anything to get your
Did you see
panties
the one
twist
on
about.
Twitter where someone kicked off about the fact that she had a beard?
So
yeah,
what?
and then somebody replies to say, "You've obviously never been with them 5 foot for an actual woman."
I like women with beards. More
That
beards
was
for
amazing.
women, I say.
Such a great call.
She's got a little bit of
It's a
fizz.
shame that she hasn't got a long red beard and plats it like her hair, though.
I fucking bring it on. Ladies, if you're listening, grow a beard. Fuck it.
Yeah, beards are around. Look, I've started mine already.
Yeah.
There was one really funny argument that got shut down pretty quickly on Reddit, which was it was on another screenshot of Aloy, and it was like close to her, like she had like a hand against her face and that. And this person was ranting, why couldn't they make her prettier? Look, it looks like she's got her eyebrows done, her nails are in a decent state. Why is she so ugly? And
What?
people pointing out that, well, the game is a post-apocalyptic environment. They're organised. She is quite high up in a tribe. Of course, she is going to look after herself to a point.
Yeah.
And
Some of
she's
the
not
tribes
ugly.
wear
That's the
makeup.
thing.
I mean,
She's not ugly.
trimming the nails is a thing that you'd do anyway if you were a warrior, because you don't want to be snagging nails and cutting your bow and stuff like that.
But if
She's
someone
not a
is-
guitar player.
If someone is what someone else would consider conventionally not good looking, that doesn't mean that person never looks after their nails or hair or things either. Like,
I think she looks
It's
beautiful.
a ridiculous thing to say.
She actually.
It
and-
absolutely. They've got these idiots on Reddit and Twitter and that have gone absolutely mental over Aloy because she's not slathered in makeup and having her tits out. It's insanely funny.
ridiculous. But I think, like, since you mentioned it, it's Ashley Birch doing the voice. I think her face looks like Ashley Birch, and she's stunning.
Yeah,
She is stunning.
yeah. I think they've taken Ashley Birch's jawline. That's what I see most in her.
You can tell it's the facial expressions as well, for sure. But no, I didn't realise until you pointed it out.
I like the representation of a ginger. It's good. More
Exactly.
gingers in games.
Absolutely. I completely agree. But yeah, so moving on from Aloy, I also have been watching Bel Air, the rebooted Fresh Prince.
I'm not going to
series.
sing.
Well, neither do they.
Oh, what?
It is nothing like the original whatsoever, with the exception of the characters. It's just a straight up drama.
I didn't want that.
Yeah, well,
Did you not know this was coming,
It's
Oodles?
really, really good, because I didn't want that either.
I remember seeing the trailer and thinking that's like Christopher Nolan's Bel Air. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
This is the whole point. It's a
Who are you?
dramatic
I'm the
telling
Fresh Prince.
of Will's story rather than it being a sitcom.
I get it, because it is a good story. Is it set in the 90s?
No, it's set in present day.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But don't let it put you off, because it is really, really good. It's
is
just
it good?
weird that the main character is called Will Smith, and it's not Will Smith playing it.
But that's
So
what
that
it was called, weren't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, so I get it.
But yeah, no, it's cool. And just to give you an example of the grittiness of it, there's F and N bombs all over the show.
No way.
Carlton is a proper little ass. Cocaine
He was
addict.
anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, this is a
He's a
step
coke
further.
addict.
He's a cokehead.
That
He's
explains
a
so much.
absolute knob.
Is Is this Fresh Prince through the lens of Euphoria or something like that?
That's actually a pretty good comparison to make. Yeah, it's not far off.
Can Colton still dance?
He hasn't shown that he can yet, unfortunately.
Trust me, when you've had enough coke, you'll dance.
I mean, there's some callbacks in the first episode to the original series. Like some of the lines that are used, they have been taken from the song from the opening theme in the original. Did
he spend most of his days at the playground?
He did, and it shows you some of those days. In fact, most of the first episode is the kind of backstory of the lead up to when he gets to Bel Air.
He gets brayed up.
Yeah. Jeffrey as well. Jeffrey the butler. He's not so much a butler. He's more of a kind of head of security for the family because Uncle
like
Phil's
a
obviously
Carl.
because they actually, and it kind of alludes. He's obviously got connections in low places as well. It's sort of insinuated that he's straight up had somebody killed.
Is he more like a gentleman's gentleman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's cool as fuck though. He's really badass. Yeah, love him. But it's. I know it seems strange to see a non-funny Bel Air, but it's worth a go. Yeah, certainly watch it.
I mean, the actual original had some really, really somber moments.
Well,
especially along with Will and his dad and
it,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
It did, I think, but they had to go in a different direction because you can't kind of mimic that show with like Will Smith's character, the comedy, and the way you're either going to do a straight up really bad copy of that or go in a different direction, which seems to be the right thing to do.
Plus, I mean, Fresh Prince was before the times, wasn't it? Racially, like, it was...
I loved it. It was a great show.
A big moment, wasn't it? It's like, oh my God, look at this.
And I also think the original Jeffrey had somebody killed as well.
Yeah, same.
Oh. Yeah, maybe.
As you're describing it, it really just sounds like the OC.
Yeah, but the OC was good. I love the OC.
No, it wasn't.
I love the OC. I will die on this hill that the OC is a good show.
You should die on this hill.
I'll die on it.
OC was terrible.
No. It's good. OC's good. Come at me.
I will.
Like a missile. Excellent. So is that all you've got then, Candy?
One more thing, just quickly, because I'll be here all night otherwise. I went to see Uncharted as well.
Uncharted.
Enchanted. Yes, Uncharted.
Yes.
Haven't actually played the games, but it was good. It was fun. It was a good romp. It was kind of a...
That's probably why you liked it, because you didn't play the games.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I thought it was a bit of a mix between James Bond and Indiana Jones, and Tom Holland is charming as ever, and Mark Wahlberg is Mark Wahlberg, and have some nice little Easter eggs as well.
It's a fucking Transformer.
Yeah, it was literally that.
Oh, it's just not Nathan Drake though.
No, none of them in that look like who they're supposed to be.
It's just not.
He looks very young because he is.
But
yeah, I thought it was
in
fun.
the trailer. He's like working as a bartender. I'm like, dude, have you got ID? You don't look old enough.
There are a few callbacks to that as well, like throughout the film and the fight scenes and everything, with him being a bartender, which is quite fun. But yeah, I don't really have that much to say about it. It was fine. You know, if you got kids, take them because they'll enjoy it.
It's actually been quite a bit of a hit, actually, from box office revenue.
Yeah,
so far.
it's made some money, like.
I'm not really surprised. There's not a massive amount else out at the moment, is there?
It's
really?
only up against Sing 2, which, by the way, on Tuesday I'm taking the kids to the cinema. I said, do you want to watch Uncharted or do you want to watch Sing 2? They opted for Sing 2. So I'm off to watch Sing. I liked Sing 1. I thought it was good.
Sing 2 is meant to be better, so you might be, it's meant to be
okay. I think they've picked the correct choice. So, yeah, Gadget. Come on, it's time now. Me and you are going to share some of this, but I'll let you crack on.
Well, so I went to see Jackass last night, and I concur with everything Stig said about it the other week. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely fucking hilarious.
Good.
And it I think what I liked most about it, aside from just the amount of times Danger Aaron got kicked in the nuts, because that was a lot.
I love Danger Aaron.
They really abused him so much.
They punished that poor lad. That poor lad should not have come back. He got a lot.
Mortgages aren't cheap.
Yeah, true. But yeah, apart from like the amount of times Danger Aaron gets hurt, what I love most about it is just like watching them as the whole thing with Jackass. They'll play out the prank, and then the camera will turn around at them all laughing at whatever's going on.
Yep.
You can see just how much genuine fun they're all having with it.
Yeah.
And it's just like mates who haven't seen each other for a decade coming back together and having a real laugh, and it's just like, it's actually really lovely to see.
Good.
And There's also quite a touching little moment at the end, like the dedication of Ryan Dunn. I quite liked as well.
Yeah, he was a good kid, wasn't he?
And just the kind of the way they do the credits, because like Stick said, there's a lot of stuff which is callbacks to the original series, and like stuff that they do. Like there's some kind of redone stunts, and there's some
a shopping
pranks.
trolley.
No, there isn't a shopping trolley.
Because that's how, when I think of Jackass, I think of a shopping trolley going down an hill.
Yeah,
that's the first film, but it's not. I'm talking about like callbacks to the TV series.
Oh, way back when, yeah.
Way back.
All right, okay.
And you get this really nice thing in the way they do the credits, because obviously they've already said this is the last Jackass thing they're doing.
Yes.
And the way the credits work, they've got well, true, yeah. They've got stuff like from the original series, then kind of split screen with something that they've just done recently, like kind of showing the comparisons, and it's just nice to see the move between the two. It's a nice nostalgic retrospective, I think, is the way to put it.
Yeah,
the early 90s was such a better time to live.
I went back and watched 1 and 2 the other week just because
I did, mate. I did.
Guys were talking about, and yeah, it hasn't aged as well as I thought it would have done. There's some stuff in there that
I think Jackass 2 is incredible.
It is definitely the better movie.
I think it's a masterpiece. Number 2.
The problem is with the older one is that the cameras are just shit. Like when you watch the new one, the cameras are obviously 4K, brilliant, and zoom in and slow mo, and you see everything. Whereas if you go back to watch Jackass, I was like, it's like filmed on a potato.
There's quite a few, especially the bigger stunts, like ones where they've set up like I don't know, a huge water slide off a hill or something like that, and like they'll send people flying off it, and then they'll do the replay from the same camera, but where they can zoom right in and slow it down and stuff like that. And yeah, I also liked a lot of the new cast that they brought in.
They were good, weren't they?
They brought a woman in. And
no way.
She took the pain like a boss.
I mean, women do have a better pain threshold than men anyway.
There was originally a woman as part of the team, and then they were pretty much told that she had. They were because no one wants to see a woman do this kind of stuff. And now they've kind of turned it around and go, well, if women want to do this stuff, then fuck it, let them do it. And she does.
Look,
and she gets involved.
In my experience, women are harder than blokes. They just always have been.
Well, the last that they have in this one, Rachel, she is hard.
Yeah.
They put her through some. She's not in that many sketches in it, but the stuff that they put her through is really painful, and she's just sitting there taking it like a boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, it a really high recommendation. I agree with Stig. I think it's the best one they've done.
Excellent.
And it's just a really nice way to send off, nice send off for the kind of franchise or the concept. Because like I was talking with Pip about it in the car afterwards, and she was like saying, "Do you think they'll do a Jackass TV series again?" I said, "No, they won't. No one would air that." But it's a nice way to finish it, I think. But the main thing, one of the other things I did this week, I restarted Into the Breach because fuck it, why not?
It's one of the best games ever made, mate.
And it was like £3 on the Switch in the sale.
It's so good.
I'd played it through on the PC. I didn't have it on the Switch, so I just thought, I'll buy it on the Switch and I'll replay it.
Gotcha. Do me a favour.
Yeah?
Can you finish the games that you've started before you buy a new one and start that, please?
He's terrible for it, isn't he? He's fucking terrible.
Yes, I have ADHD when it comes to games, but I think the point is at the minute I don't want to get into something that I'm really interested in because Elden Ring comes out this week.
Into the Breach is perfect for just drop in, drop out.
Finish Halo.
I've done the conservatory. How far through am I? How much more have I got left of that?
That's the tutorial.
Probably about halfway. It's probably about halfway.
Not halfway.
Well,
okay,
I say that.
Next couple of months.
I might be about 2/3 in because I did all the side mission stuff. So.
Okay. So I can mainline Oodles it and probably finish it this week.
Yeah.
You should do it.
Easily. Right. Okay. Anyway, regardless of that.
I'll tell you, if I had an Xbox, I'd be playing Halo to death, mate. I promise you.
Fucking incredible.
Cyberpunk is where I'm going now, right? Okay, I know we've already talked about it, but I'm fucking bringing it back to this one because I've got thoughts. Because
let's jack in.
Because unlike Biggles and Candy, I got further into it. I, like Biggie, restarted the character because, quite frankly, I could not fucking remember where I was with the original character. So I was like, right, okay, I'll re-roll it. I did a different backstory. First time I played it, I went Corpo. This time I went Street Kid. Turns out the Street Kid starter is so much fucking shorter than the Corpo one. The Corpo one's like a 3-hour starter. The Street Kid one pushes you straight into it. So this is the quote-unquote next-gen patch for the Xbox Series X I'm playing on. I have thoughts on it.
Oh, dear.
Mostly, as Candy said before, it's still fucking raw.
It's fucking raw.
It's been in the oven. It's been in the oven for another 14 months and it's still not cooked. I am beyond pissed off with this because you know what? There are nuggets of excellence in there, but there is so much crap. Like, it is a bad game.
Really?
There's no way to walk around it. I think it's a really bad game. But, okay, so I want to kind of explain my thinking on this one. And the nuggets are good. There are lots of little details where you can tell this is CDPR who made The Witcher. There are some really interesting dialogue choices. There is a quest so really early on where you're walking out of your apartment and you walk past an apartment on the floor below yours, and there are two policemen knocking on this door trying to speak to someone in there. And I'm going to spoil this one. I don't care, but it's a fun one. But it's literally in the second hour of the game.
It's early.
Yeah, you speak to those police officers. They tell you that they have a colleague who he recently quit the force. He's been on downtimes, and he talks about he's lost his best friend Andrew.
Yeah.
And one of them is really worried about him. The other one is just like, oh, he's a policeman. He should man up. All that kind of bollocks. So you make the right couple of dialogue choices. You get to speak to this neighbor. Excuse me. You speak to this neighbor, and he kind of explains that he saw some really horrible shit when he was a police officer. He saw a kid getting killed, and it's fractured his mind. He's been really depressed ever since. And then he lost his best friend Andrew, and that just kind of compounded everything. And he's had a bit of a breakdown. And so you go off and go, right, okay. I'm going to find out what happened to Andrew, and then I can then tell the policeman what they need to know, that he's fine, but you need to talk to him and talk to him as a human being. So you go to this area where I assume people are cremated. It's like a memorial area in Night City. You drive up there, you wander around this stack of very similar looking obelisks trying to find the right thing for Andrew. You find out Andrew is a tortoise.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. His best friend was his 95-year-old pet tortoise who died recently. And so you go back and you talk to the police officer who was saying, oh, he should man up on that, and say, Andrew was his best friend, was the only person he could talk to, and he was a tortoise. And the guy says something along the lines of, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't take the piss out of us. And he's saying, how can he be that upset about a fucking tortoise? And it goes on like that. And basically you end up, if you pick the right dialogue choices, the two police officers understand the pain the guy's in, and they go and talk to him, and you help this person. That is like a Witcher level kind of side quest. You don't have to interact with it. It's just this little thing on the side that you can do. It takes about 20 minutes to go through, and it's brilliant. It's really well written. It's really well acted. None of the main quest is that well written and that well acted. None of it is. You have the whole kind of stupid contrivance of why Johnny Silverhand is in your head. Johnny Silverhand's dialogue is dreadful, delivered by
shocking.
Keanu Reeves.
It's shocking.
Who was wooden as fuck because he's playing Keanu Reeves.
So bad.
Much as I like Keanu Reeves, he's not Johnny Silverhand. He does not inspire as this kind of rock star terrorist. He does not come across as anyone who wants anything more than a fucking joint.
Should have been played by Billy Idol.
Billy Idol would have done really well.
Cool.
It'd have been incredible. All the way playing through it. I mean, spoiler alert, guys, I finished the game this week. It should have been Billy Idol. All the way from, I'm like, this should have been Billy Idol.
I thought the guy from The Gallows. Can't remember his
Frank
name now.
Carter.
Yeah, he
Frank
would have done.
Carter, yeah.
Fuck you!
Exactly.
But the technical improvements, quote unquote, I'll put in there again that they put in. It runs at 60 frames a second. It's nice. And at 60 frames a second, you can just see how fucking empty Night City is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There is nothing in there. The game promised all this stuff like verticality, you go in and out of mega structures and all that kind of thing. There's none of it. You drive around on ground level all the time. The driving is like GTA fucking 4. Like every car you get into is a boat, effectively.
It hasn't got any better, has it, the driving?
Nope. The NPCs still are bugged. Like, granted, I will say there is more of them this time. The streets aren't completely empty like they were before this patch, but they just walk into each other or walk through each other. There are still a load of fucking object clipping bugs. Like, I was doing a mission where there's a pretty intense firefight at the end, and I was really low on health, and I died because one of the enemies was able to walk through the cover I was hiding behind and shoot me in the head.
That happened a lot to me, mate.
I was so angry. I was fucking furious. There was the bug that I put into our Discord, which I thought was hilarious, which was in the during the prologue when you have to go into Kopeki Plaza and steal the thing. The whole thing is you're supposed to be going there incognito, and like they keep saying no weapons, and all that. And the Jackie's character model bugged, and he's walking with a weapon in each hand.
Yeah.
But then when he's like passing like the control chip for the little robot thing robot boy that you've got, he like takes the chip out the back of his head, and out pops a desert eagle.
Yeah.
It's a desert eagle, which he then puts in the side of my head.
That's where you keep them.
It's just so disappointingly broken because, like I said, there are some really wonderful bits of writing in there. A lot of people say they don't like the gunplay. I actually don't mind the gunplay. The gunplay is fine. It's not the best shooter I've ever played, but it's not bad. I like the quick hacks. I like doing the net running stuff. Like net runner is how I played it before, and it's probably if I carry on, that's how I'll play it again. But it's just disappointing. There's nothing in the world. There were also just really stupid stuff like they say they improved the police AI this time round. They fucking haven't. I committed a crime 4 blocks away from the police and they were immediately killing me. They just teleport around. God knows what's going on with them. Yeah, it's not good. And I think the problems with it are the kind that patches won't fix. I think it's a poorly designed game. I think it's in place it can be a really poorly written game. And this is I know I keep saying I'm colorblind. That I am colorblind. This is the first time I've had a game where I've actually had to set the colorblind options because I couldn't see the waypoint on the map.
Oh shit!
It's more or less the same fucking color. That's why.
Yeah, and it's like
just another shade of blue.
Yeah, that's not really anything to complain about because they put a colorblind filter in there, but it's just like it's just one other thing that I noticed. It's like I can deal with most other games without a colorblind filter. This one I couldn't.
Yeah.
It's just like, God, it's just like, no, CDPR, just kill it. Cow gun it in the head, don't bother anymore.
So what do they do next, do you think, then, after this?
So they've already...
I've got an idea.
Well, they've already said they're putting out more patches for it for the new bugs that they've created. They have managed to create a bug where it can softlock PS4s and won't launch off the disc on PS4s.
Mm-hmm. Right, what we're going to do now, then, I'm going to quickly jump in on my perspective of it. Because I'm conscious of time. I played it a lot differently. This is the first time I ever played it, and people watching on YouTube can see I had this PS4 copy sealed for however long it's taken for this patch to come out.
14 months.
14 months, just sat there. I booted it up. I started the game as, I believe, a nomad.
Yep.
A big wanger. Gave him a big wanger, because...
Naturally.
True to life. It got my hair and everything, and yeah. And I played the game mainline Oodles. I was a baddie all the way through. Every time I had an option to shoot someone that was speaking to me, I fucking shot them. And I finished the game in 17 hours. I didn't do a single side mission. I had the game on normal. There was one moment in the desert that was quite difficult, a bit of an ambush that the difficulty spike just went through. I wasn't collecting much. I wasn't rooting through bins. Like when I play games like Deus Ex, which Deus Ex, the original, is one of my favourite games of all time. I'm rooting through everything.
Oh, yeah.
And this, I just had no impetus to do it because I killed a boss. I got that boss's weapon. And that carried me on to the next boss. You know what I mean? I think the story that they're trying to convey is quite good. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nowhere near as good as Witcher 3. It's not as good as Witcher 2. It's better than Witcher 1.
But that's not odd.
But most things are. I just absolutely hate the Silverhand stuff. I feel like it was done at the last minute, if you get what I mean.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I just feel like all the incremental dialogue that he does... I mean, if you don't know, minor spoiler... I'm not going to tell you why, but Keanu Reeves is in this, and he talks to you throughout the game. For whatever reason, I'm not going to tell you why. And he's the worst thing in it. And you know my thoughts on Keanu Reeves. I don't think he's a great actor anyway. But, I mean, he looks fucking cool. And I put the alternative costume on him, because I thought it looked better. He looks cool. I get what they're trying to do. And then it forces you to play as him in some parts, and I just could not give a fuck about his backstory, and that's such an integral part of the game. But Yeah, I think the game's all right. I like my favourite bits of the game is when you're in the surveillance and you're in the dance, dream dances or whatever. Brain dance. They're my favourite things.
Yeah, they're cool.
See, I didn't enjoy the brain dance quite so much.
I like that. I felt like a cyber Sherlock Holmes, and I was searching. I felt like I had agency in the world, and I'm a big fan of having agency in the world.
The one problem with the brain dances is they're very guided. Like, you're not actually finding anything. It's giving you like shots on the tape head where it says where there is something to look at and what.
Yeah, I noticed that after the third one. I thought, hang on, this is linear. I'm not changing any stuff. And
I feel like it's like I played this doing Detroit Become Human.
Yeah, and I did notice that like anything I did like. There's a scene where you go to a place it's like mirrored on little Haiti that's in Florida. Like there's a lot of Haitian people there, and it's quite like Caribbean, and it's got a good vibe. That part of the city. I mean, it's run down and the poor and stuff. And I thought, I'm gonna enjoy embedding here. It's over in seconds because I had the option to just shoot everybody and end that arc. I was like, how are they allowing me to do this? And it just boils down to...
Does it come
whichever
anywhere close to what the game was supposed to be, in the sense that when you played...
I don't know what it was supposed to be, though.
The Witcher 3 and your expectation is what a great game that was, how they did it. They announced Cyberpunk, everyone was well excited. It's like The Witcher in Cyberpunk, they pull that off. But it's kind of like, it doesn't feel like any different to any other game that you played.
Do you know what it feels to me like, Biggie? It feels like how I was duped with No Man's Sky when I bought it day one.
Yeah.
I was absolutely duped. And No Man's Sky now is an incredible game. It's an incredible game, but that took 3 years. Do you know what I mean? To get to where it is now.
We're on the 19th free update for No Man's Sky.
Yeah. I've been duped by this game because The Witcher 3 is one of my all-time favourite games ever. And if they start saying, we're going to have some Cyberpunk DLC coming out, I can honestly say I'm not going to play it. Because I reviewed this on Twitter. I give it a 6 out of 10, and that's just for mainlining it. I don't even know what the side stories are. In Witcher 3, I didn't even get past the village until I'd done all the side stories because they were some of the better parts of the game. It's such a shame.
I just found a thread on the CD Projekt Red forums, which is titled "Mentioned but Missing Features List."
But it's massive.
It is.
Yeah.
So this one was from pretty close to the original release date, but this is basically, this stuff hasn't been put into it. So it mentions amazing AI that directs enemies during combat and patrol, but also citizens and NPCs' daily life. A wanted system and corrupt police that are individual from each other. Immersive police involvement changing with the area where you committed the crime. Nope. Hacking revealing information about the network, or more interesting viruses to upload, or more loot from hacked devices.
Nope.
This one here, more interesting gameplay. For example, the trauma team that could play a key role. Frequent flying
You saw them at the beginning.
Yeah. In-game ads that targeted the player to point to the merchant that sells that product, which would have been an interesting feature. Strong RPG elements, there are none.
There aren't. I mean, as
NPCs having their own daily routines, quest decisions having any relevance in the world, meaningful day and night cycle, character customization, which they have added in now. You can do that at the sync in your flat. The use of drones for more than submissions in games.
A city that feels cyberpunk.
Yes, mate. Yes, mate. 100%.
This is the big one that pissed me off. In the preamble, they mentioned that all 3 different life paths, so Nomad, Corpo, and Street Kid, would have functionally different stories, and they don't. It's just the intro is different for them.
Yeah.
And then other stuff like, being able to climb buildings, change a weather system that actually had any impact on the world.
Nope.
And brain dances that weren't just effectively interactive cutscenes.
That's it. That's what it boils down. It's just a massive disappointment. The world is... I played it like I played Mafia Remaster, where I ignored that there was an open world, and I got more pleasure out of it. Like 17 hours it took me to finish it. The ending was satisfying. I mean, the only takeaway I've got from it is the intro before the actual Cyberpunk logo comes up, which is about an hour, 2 hours, is the best bit of the game.
Yeah, it is.
By a massive margin. That's so slick. It's so cool. Jackie's incredible. One of my favourite characters. And that ending is just... That intro is just over so soon before it began. And then it's the second that intro's over, it just turns into your phone's ringing constantly. You've got so many missions on the map. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm mainlining this shit. And it got a 6 out of 10 for that. So, yeah, I kill it. Yeah, cowgun it. I don't want to bother the listeners anymore with that. I want to move on to a good thing I did watch this week. A film that I didn't even know existed, but it's from a few years ago, called Central Intelligence. Have you ever seen it? With The Rock and Kevin Hart. This is one of the films that's made me smile so much recently ever. I was grinning all the way through it. Like, I love it when Dwayne Johnson is camp. He's brilliant at it. He is incredible at camp. He did it in Get Hard, didn't he? Yeah. He's brilliant at being camp, but obviously super buff and strong. And Kevin Hart's, him and The Rock, one of the best double acts since Lethal Weapon, in my opinion. They are just...
There's loads of really funny stuff from when they were doing the press tour for this one, because I think that was the first time they properly worked together. But they've been friends for years, and they just take the piss out of each other, something rotten.
Yeah.
The Rock calls him his son.
Yeah. It's just one of those... I mean, the beginning bit, they had The Rock as a big, heavy-set guy, and that CGI was appalling, but
terrible, wasn't it?
It works in the context of the bit. It's just an incredible film. But the main thing I want to talk about is a cyberpunk adventure that is really good, that I know Stig doesn't like, Astral Chain. Now, this is not a new game.
Not like it.
You got a bit fed up with it.
Didn't get on with it. I didn't enjoy the mechanics of it at all.
If you don't know what Astral Chain is, I think it is definitely exclusive to Switch, isn't it? Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's only on Switch.
It's basically, for people that don't know it, it's a cross between Devil May Cry, Blade Runner, and basically every anime that's ever existed.
It's very weeby.
I've had this game since launch, and I played an hour of it when it launched, and I just forgot about it. Have you ever done that when you bought something digitally and you just completely forgot about its existence? I booted it up this week.
I finish my games.
Yeah, I know. I booted it up this week. I booted it up this week, and my God, it's sunk its teeth into me. If you like the investigation parts of, let's say, the Arkham games, the Batman games, where you go into a different perspective and you see how things happen, bullets, ricochet, and stuff like that, you'll love this game. If you like the combat from Bayonetta, you'll love this game. If you don't like anime, don't play this game. Because it is anime to fuck. I've been playing with the Japanese voiceover, and there's a lot of there's a lot of that, which I love. I'm all about that.
It sounds like my daily life.
Yeah, you get to dress up your little dolls who you want to be, and everyone's gorgeous, everyone's stunning. There's boob physics, there's crotch physics. It's just everything I want out of a game, and I'm proper in love with it. And I started it after, like, while I was playing Cyberpunk. I was like, this is how you do a world, because there's some like quasi-open world bits. The first hour of Astral Chain is a bit dull, and I get why I jumped off it last time, but the game opens up then, and you are basically a cyber police officer trying to solve crimes, but you've got Pokemon. Do you know what I mean? It's so good. It's a game by Platinum, so if you've ever played a Platinum game, you know exactly where it's coming from. And
right, fucking weird is where it's coming from.
It's fucking weird, mate. And it's got existentialism, it's got religion, it's got science, it's got Deus Ex Machina and stuff like that. I just think it's an antithesis of what Cyberpunk wanted to be. It's so fucking... And this game's years older. I think it came out like 2017, 18.
Yeah, it's about right.
I'm not sure. Came out when the Switch came out. 2019. Oh, a lot sooner than... But still, it's just sensational. I've not even finished it yet, but I'm like... I'm wanting to do the side stuff on this. And that's what I wanted Cyberpunk to do to me. But instead of boring the rest of the listeners, Stig's been waiting so patiently now for nearly 50 minutes. Stig, what have you been doing this week? It better be good.
I have been playing what I could only describe as the Mario Kart killer. The Dark Souls of kart games.
What?
Garfield Kart Furious Racing.
Oh, shit. Shit, mate. Shit. The big leagues.
Yeah, no, we played some games on Friday night and was it Saturday night? Last night, Saturday night, and Garfield Kart Furious Racing was on CD keys for like
I've heard really good things about this game.
79p. So we bought it and played it, and it's so fucking unforgiving. It's just,
I've heard this.
the physics are terrible because when you bash into someone, you don't like any other racing game or kart game, you don't bounce off them and like anything. You just stop.
Yeah.
Like you hit something and you just stop, and it doesn't. You can't carry on that momentum to get yourself back on track and everything. You stop and say, "Fuck's sake, got reverse, set myself going, then go again." And other than that, though, there's a few of the weapons and that are really annoying.
Yeah.
Like there's one that puts everyone to sleep, and what it does is
there a lasagna gun?
Yeah, there's lasagna. The lasagna makes you go faster, and then pies are like like red shells and green shells.
Oh god!
Is there a blue shell?
Not really. There is like an alien that you shoot forward, and if you go through it, it kind of zaps you or something. But there's nothing that targets first place. But yeah, it was just really good fun. Like, but it was just
Who's
unforgiving.
your main? I see you as an OP kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I played as Garfield.
Odie, that's it, Odie. You played as Garfield, yeah.
I played as Garfield,
Of course you did. I'm having Garfield, lads, else I'm not playing.
There can't be many characters to choose from because there's not that many in the.
There's loads. There's that egg. there's
about
that chicken.
7 or 8, I think, and there's some unlockables as well.
There's what's his name? John? Is he called John?
Yeah, exactly. You've got Odie,
his
John,
girlfriend,
Garfield. That's it.
There's a cat that looks like it's stoned.
There's Nermal.
No,
I have no idea. We bought this game because it was 79p, and we had a good
lore of Garfield.
We had a good couple of hours having a laugh on this game. The music's terrible. The sound effects are terrible.
You can't play it on a Monday.
But yeah, we still had a good time on it. But yeah,
I really want to put Garfield on as pod art now, but I'm sure you've got something else to discuss.
The other thing I did this week was I watched The Tragedy of Macbeth. It is a Joel Coen film. It is a retelling of Shakespeare's Macbeth. It stars Denzel Washington, Frances McDormand, Brendan Gleeson, Harry Melling, Corey Hawkins. All kinds of people are in this film.
What a cast!
And it's I really thought it was really, really good. I've never watched Macbeth before. Anything on the stage.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen it on the stage. Never seen any adaptations of it. I'm not a massive Shakespeare guy. Some of the language and stuff I do struggle to kind of get on with.
I think everyone does. They're pretending that they don't if they're saying they don't.
But
some of it, so you literally have to have another book next to you while you read one other place, just to translate a lot of it.
So, but because this is one of the Coen brothers, it's Denzel in the lead role, Frances McDormand. I was like, yeah, it looked great from the trailers, and it's one stunning looking film. The whole thing is, the whole thing is in black and white, but it's so stylish. Like the set pieces and the cinematography is absolutely stunning. And the way that he's done the Three Witches is really inventive, really well done. I thought that was, it's brilliant the way he does the Witches.
Yeah.
So Denzel has been nominated for a leading actor award for this, and the set design, the production design and cinematography has also been nominated, and you can see why, because it's just, is it true
to? I know you've never heard it, but is it true to the source, like Hubble Bubble, Toil and Trouble, and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's all proper Shakespearean text and stuff.
It makes me want to watch it more.
Mm-hmm.
It's only, it might have some of it cut out because it's.
Is it better than Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet?
Yes, but I quite like that.
I liked it, but it's too stylized in my opinion.
But this looks
great.
great.
Give me my longsword and it's a pistol.
It does that. It kind of takes a stage show and puts it into a film, but kind of keeps it within a stagey look at times. Like some of the backgrounds look hand painted, and like where he's stood in front of the sky, and it basically kind of looks like a sheet with like lights in it. Like it just.
Oh yeah, I'm into that.
It looks like that, but it works. But yeah, I'd really recommend that, like watching that. It's going up against say like the Dune for cinematography.
Really?
Even though the Dune cinematography is brilliant, I would give this over that.
I fucking love
so
Macbeth
good.
anyway. I've I've read the play, I've read the novelization, I've seen it live, I've watched a few of the adaptations. I'm all over this because I fucking love Shakespeare. Not even to be I love Shakespeare. I just think most of the things we watch now is because of Shakespeare. There's a lot of that in society.
So it's a good story.
It's a fucking banger. Macbeth's a banger.
Yeah, really, really good, really well acted. Like, just absolutely amazing from the cast in it.
I'm keen on this.
But the main thing I did this week was I binged Reacher.
Jack Reacher.
Reacher, not just Reacher.
Oh, is it not called Jack Reacher?
Nope. It's Amazon's new crime thriller based on the Lee Child books, Jack Reacher books. Some of you may remember that there was a couple of films starring Tom Cruise.
Who doesn't look anything like Reacher.
6'5"
Playing
Reacher.
the 6'5", 260 pound Reacher, whatever he is. To be fair, I've not seen the second Reacher, but the first one's actually pretty decent.
It's all right. Yeah,
it's more of a Mission Impossible film.
Yeah.
The second one's not bad either. They're not shocking.
It's just not. It's not Jack Reacher, the character. In this, they've brought in a guy called Alan Richardson. I don't even know
who that is.
They've looked out big time because he's built like a brick shit house and he can act. So they've got the perfect.
Is this his first role or big time role?
No, he's been in. What has he been in? He was in Smallville. He played Aquaman in Smallville.
Oh fucking hell! I know who he is then. Yeah.
He was. He's in. He's Hank.
You got me.
He's Hank Hall / Hawk in the DC universe, the TV show like Titans and Supergirl and Legends of Tomorrow and all that.
I know exactly who he is.
Yeah, he's massive. Absolutely,
he's gorgeous.
Huge. Yeah, but he just plays from what I understand, I've never read the books, but I have kind of a good understanding on what the character's meant to be like. And people who have read the books have said that he plays
supposed to be a footballer
perfectly.
Like a footballer.
He's plays this stoic giant really well, who has this sly sense of humor, but at times is just really literal. He's sometimes some of the jokes or some of the way he speaks sometimes borders along the lines of Drax. Just that's how literally he is at times. But
AKA Stigveld.
But just not as comically stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really fun. It knows what it is. It doesn't try to be anything too clever. It's a crime drama. So this one is set up on the first book. Again, from what I understand, it pretty much just tells that book. It doesn't try to stray away from it. Doesn't try to do anything of its own thing. And it's just about a crime drama about his brother's been murdered, and then all this other shit starts happening in this town revolving around that murder, and other people turn up dead, and he's just trying to help the police get to the bottom of these murders and this crime wave that's going through this small town in America. But yeah, it's nothing fancy. The plot is fairly basic. The crime thriller is fairly basic, but it's just really good fun. And watching him beat the shit out of people is even more fun because they just come up with really fun, inventive ways for him to cave people's heads in.
Which is exactly what you want.
Yeah, there is a moment in the... I will spoil it, sorry, but there's a moment where you're in from this point where he is sent to prison for something, like right at the beginning, by error, he's put into Gen Pop. And these gangsters come up and start on his roommate, and he just steps off the top bunk, and he's like, I'll give it to the count of 3 to get out of my cell. He's like, 1, 2, and then just headbutts the guy. Doesn't even give him to 3, and then just proceeds to beat the crap out of him. And then the other, it's just like, I only need some glasses. And the other guy's like, just gingerly hands him their pair of glasses.
That's just like Biggie and Weatherspoons, that.
Yeah, so that's the kind of shit you're getting from it. Like, it is not trying to be anything like CSI or anything clever in that way. It's just really simplistic.
I think people like the books because it wasn't super clever. It was just a romp.
Yeah,
and you don't get very many novels that are romps. A lot of them are tried to be too big for the books. For instance, Dan Brown. Do you know what I mean? It's just, stop it, Dan. Stop it.
Well, I remember his character just doesn't fuck around. It's just kind of...
No,
if you do things the right way, he'll leave you alone. If you don't, it will go all over you, sort of thing. You know, it's that basic.
But he's so clever because his character is he's an ex kind of special forces person,
CIA as well. Isn't
so
it?
he knows his guns, he knows like tactics of things, he knows what to look out for, and just little tiny things that he does, which I think was just added to it, where he's given a gun and he walks outside and he shoots it, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Never shoot a gun that you've not tested before." Do you know what I mean? And that's when you think about it, it's like that's actually really clever, like because if he carries this gun around with him and goes to a situation where he needs to use the gun and it doesn't work, he's fucked. But now he knows, it works. He knows how powerful it is. He knows what it feels like in his hand. Little touches like that, and he does that throughout. He's like when they're kind of holding up somewhere, he does a few things to make sure that if anyone comes, then he's got more time to get away, or he could detect the people who come in there, and they're just really enjoyable and well worth watching. It's 8 episodes on Amazon Prime. They're about 45-50 minutes long, so quite bingeable to do 8 episodes quite quick, really, over a few days.
Yeah, well up for that.
Yeah, but I think it's been renewed for a second series, which is really good. And just like the books, these are all kind of self-contained stories, so don't be looking to hang on to any of the characters within this series other than Jack Reacher. He will move on. Series 2 will start, and it'll be a completely set of new people and characters that will be revolving around.
It's good because I am on the lookout for a new show because I feel like I've exhausted. I mean, there is a show I'm currently watching that I'm going to do a next on eventually. A show that you might have heard of called Better Call Saul. I've been going through that, so I'll let you know on that in the future. But yeah, I think Reacher's going to be a nice little palate cleanser for me.
Oh yeah, it's just really good fun. I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah, excellent, brilliant. Whew. That's probably the longest Nexus we've done in ages. I blame.
Actually,
as you know, I do blame Cedar Projekt Red for their terrible game, Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Sorry, got under my skin. I had to let all that out.
It's because we were spoiled so much with Witcher 3. And that happened.
She just got the PC version. I had no problems on that.
I've heard, mate. I've heard it's absolutely fine since day one. But yes, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Are you all ready?
No.
Ladies, gentlemen, members of the foreign press, esteemed guests and diplomats, welcome to the Great British Debate Off. So, for the listener, I like to say the listener because I feel like there's one. For the listener, we're going to do a debate and I'm running the show. I am the master of ceremonies. How this works is I'm going to randomly split these four, which way? These four into teams of 2, and I'm going to randomly pick a debate from my Miss America random debate generator. However, I've edited the topics to what they'd probably be able to debate. So first things first, I need to organise you into teams. Are you fucking ready?
Sorry, whoever it is.
Right, so Team A is going to be Biggie and Candy.
Yay! We got this.
What, did she went, oh?
After last week's feud, this could be interesting.
So obviously, Team B is Stig and Gadget. And do you guys understand what you're going to be doing? You're not going to. For the listener, I have not prepped them at all. They don't know what debates are coming at all. So this is a debate on the fly.
Debate is.
One team is going to be pro, whatever the topic is. The other team is going to be con, against it. So let's start with my random generator.
Come on, Biggie, let's hold hands.
So both teams will be discussing Sonic the Hedgehog is cooler than Mario. Discuss. It's the first debate. And 4 is Team B, which is Stig and Gadget. They are agreeing that Sonic is cooler than Mario. And Team A is disagreeing that Sonic is cooler than Mario.
Okay.
Now, when one of the teams is going first, whoever team is speaking, those teams can confer, but the other team needs to remain silent. I have got a stopwatch. You have a minute, or let's make it a minute and a half, to discuss. So let me get my stopwatch.
How do we decide who talks?
Yeah, there's two of us on each team. Who's doing the debating bit of it?
It's up to you guys.
I have an idea how to go with this one.
It's up to you guys. Obviously, you don't both speak at the same time. You just opt to whoever on your team's going to be better at doing it.
Oh God!
So the person to go first is Team B, and the time starts when I've read the headline. Sonic the Hedgehog is cooler than Mario. Discuss.
Sonic the Hedgehog. He is a anthropomorphic hedgehog born with the ability to run faster than the speed of sound, and for that instantly makes him cooler than Mario. He can run the speed of sound, and not only that is that. Unlike Mario, Sonic's is trying to save the little creatures. Mario jumps around killing the creatures. He kills the turtles. He kills the Goombas. He doesn't care or have any care for the life in his world. He just kills them, whereas Sonic is all about trying to save the ecosystem and save the animals. He is a good guy. Mario is an absolute bastard, and his mustache looks stupid under his big fat nose, right? Whereas Sonic the Hedgehog... he looks cool. He's got his cool trainers. He's got his glove. He's got a cocky attitude. And he is just, he can run. He's faster than Usain Bolt, man. How cool is that? To be faster than the fastest man on the planet. His levels are clearly better than Mario's.
Continue. Continue. You've not got long left.
And he has a supporting cast of people who are way cooler. Knuckles is way cooler than Luigi. Tails can fly with his tail, better than Toad. He's like, rah, rah, Toad. Shitty side characters. Mario can't even speak properly. He's a stereotypical Italian man. It's offensive.
That's it. Thank you. Can we have a round of applause for Stig from Team B? Now, has Team A decided between themselves who's going to take the reins that Mario is cooler than Sonic?
How are you feeling, Biggie?
I have only very, very briefly played Sonic. I know a little bit about Mario, but not maybe as much as you do. It's up to you.
I'll do this one then.
Just to let you know as well, after your go, you've then got a minute to argue amongst yourselves to convince me.
Oh, okay. I've got two other things I forgot to bring up.
Yes, that's fine. So, Sonic the Hedgehog is cooler than Mario against... Start. Go.
How do you actually define cool, though? Is Sonic actually cool? Because I'm looking at the dictionary here. Of a fairly low temperature, he's not a fairly low temperature. Showing no friendliness towards a person or enthusiasm for an idea or a project, he's way OTT. Calmness and composure. You cannot say that for Sonic. He's absolutely wild. He's out of control. That does not say cool to me as a person. What is cool is having a solid job that, a man of trade. You've built yourself up in the world. You can fix a plum. You can fix a plum.
He's qualified on checker trade.
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, but if we're going levels, you cannot compare the two. Like, compare every single Mario game to every single Sonic. Every single Mario has been an absolute banger, and he does it with calmness, composure, and a small woohoo along the way. That's all I need.
Is that your time?
Yep.
Time.
Nice.
Right.
Early as well.
Can I
Excellent.
Rebuttal?
Right. You have now, between you all, got 1 minute to rebuttal.
You leave my friends alone.
So, there was also a third definition of cool, which kind of missed out, which says fashionably attractive or impressive. That is not Mario. He is not fashionable. He is not attractive. So that rules him out.
You have never been to Italy.
He's not excellent. And also, right, out of the two, one has the worst ever video game film of all time. One has probably the best video game of all time, some people would consider. It is up there. You might not enjoy it because video game films are shit, but it's up at the top of the list. because Mario is terrible. And not only that, the new Mario is going to be voiced by Chris Pratt, and that is uncool.
And can we also point out the theme tune for Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic 2?
Banger.
I'm sorry, that is a banger. That is the most amazing piece of
And
video
yeah,
game
no matter
music
how
ever.
fast you go, at what speed of sound did you say that Sonic goes? But as soon as he hits something, he loses all his rings. He drops his rings immediately, which you're supposed to be collecting in the first place. At least with Mario, he's on mushrooms.
Time. Can you please be quiet? Please be quiet. You let Team B take over that then. That's fine. That's how debates go. Now, I've weighed up everything that you've all said. Now, I wasn't asking who had the better game at all. I was asking who was cooler, or the debate was asking who was cooler. And because of that, I'm giving the point to Team B.
Yes!
I think they nailed that discussion. That's 1-0 to Team B. Commiserations to Team A. But it's just how debates go. So
You trying to think of some cool line there, weren't you? It's like,
so whoever did another stipulation, whoever did the debate last doesn't do the debate next. So you might have shot your sense in the foot there. So
I don't know. I think you did pretty well there.
I think fucking Stig, you pulled it out. That competitive streak, and you just went, phew, gotta go fast. Don't get me wrong, Team A, you had an exceptional. I mean, do you want to name your teams if you want? It's up to you. Are you happy just Team A and B?
Yeah.
something to be north. The northern hard bastards versus the southern softies.
No, we're not going to get into that. Team A and B, people know. So, the next is the listener. Some of these debates are from our listeners. We don't have a listener correspondence this week. They've been sending some debates. The first one from the listeners, randomly chosen. Let me see what it is. Look at me with technology, pressing buttons.
That's a good job.
We've
Piggy's
got
not doing it.
Adam Golightly. Android versus iOS. So, how I'm going to put this is Android is better than iOS. That's how the debate's going to go. And for Android is Team B.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Against Android is Team A. And the first to go is going to be Team B. So, you know the rules. Team B, you are for Android. And your time of 1 minute and 30 seconds starts now.
So Android is fucking brilliant. I absolutely love Android, you see. See, one of the things, to be fair, I had genuinely, not taking the piss, I had one of the first Android phones. I had the T-Mobile G1, and it was brilliant at the time. Because at the time, you had the iPhone had just come out, and it was expensive and shite and couldn't do 3G, whereas this phone could do 3G, but you also had this kind of, all the nerds were making really cool things for it, and it's just built up in this wonderful open source fashion since. I will admit there are some Android phones that kind of don't do the business, because you get some companies that go on top of it and kind of break it. Like Samsung tend to break things with their own software, but when you get to the core Android, like the Pixel series of phones, they're absolutely brilliant. Core Android is so beautiful to use. It is really slim. It is really simple. You get a lot of freedom with it. You can sideload apps into it. You don't have to jailbreak it, unlike the iPhone. The manufacturers are starting to build better phones for it as well. So like the Google Pixel 6 is a beautiful phone. Like if I did have an iPhone, I would have one of those myself. The range of kind of add-ons and stuff is exemplary. It is really simple if you want to get into building your own apps for it. I think it's based on JavaScript. So, you know, if you know just a little bit of a scripting language, you can get in there. You can start building some apps. Also, just naturally cheaper than iPhones.
Yes.
You know, anything with an Android on there tends to be able to you tend to be able to buy it for much, much cheaper than you can get an iPhone. And
Time.
yes, nothing else.
Well done. That was a great debate for a man that has an iPhone.
Because he
I
knows
just
the
I
knows.
know for a fact that me and Biggie have the same
Yeah,
phone as well.
I dropped Apple years ago.
This is just how the debate goes. And now, Team A, which I believe it's Biggles, with iOS, Android is better than iOS against, and your time starts Now,
Well, iOS was pretty much the original smartphone. It does everything you need it to do. You need a joke, you can turn around to Siri and go, Siri, who let the dogs out? And she'll go, who. I mean, I can listen to that all day. It's brilliant. Every device looks as good as each other. They all link together with tablets, with your people still use iPods. It was an amazing bit of tech. iOS has all the apps. You don't get viruses. It's just solid. Fuck all that bloatware stuff that you get with Galaxies or with anything to do with Android. If you want to look like the connoisseur of smartphones, you get an iPhone. You don't want any of that Android cheap shit. Yeah, literally, Steve Jobs, what a man. I've taken him out for lunch. He's brilliant. Loves eating.
You've taken him out.
I offered to pay. He said, don't worry about it.
Was it in the past 4 years?
That's all right, I'll have a lasagna. But yeah, it was just, iPhones, they're the best. Yeah,
Is that you done? Time? Right, Team A, you're not using your time allotted perfectly, but...
Sometimes you don't need to.
It's time for your 1 minute of rebuttal between each other. You can all kick in. Start.
I will point out to Biggie that the original smartphone was not the iPhone.
It's not
it was the BlackBerry, or if you want to go back far enough, it was Symbian on the Symbian,
look where they are now, because they weren't very
Nokias.
smart, were they?
Exactly. It was the first one that people paid attention to. It was the first one that mattered.
Okay.
When you think
in 1995, that mattered to everybody.
I love that
it wasn't
phone.
a smartphone.
It was.
No.
Yes, it was.
iPod,
Someone's
iPod.
aggressively typing.
Also, the smartphones running on Android hold an 87% share of the global market. If it was so bad, then why does 87% of smartphone users choose an Android
Who do you
system
want in your
phone
corner,
over
Siri or
iPhone?
Bixby? Bixby,
Also-
you got my back. I don't know what you want
Bixby's
me to do.
Samsung, it's not Android.
Yeah. Bixby
Google
is
Assistant
Samsung.
is
It's
Android.
Samsung only. We talk about the core. We're calling it Android here, which Gadget brought it perfectly down to the base level Android. None of this, not Samsung, just Android.
Yeah.
Also, the little robot is better than the half-eaten apple.
He's adorable.
Time.
I fucking hate Apple, for the record.
I do too.
So, without much deliberation, the winner of that was Team B again.
Yeah.
More knowledge. Gadget.
Actual facts.
Gadget brought out the facts. Biggie lied by saying he took Steve Jobs out for dinner. He's been dead
Do
years.
you want me to prove you? Bring a photo out of it.
Yeah, I'd
Steve
like to
Jobs
see
has
that,
been
please.
dead for 11 years.
Yeah.
I know that. It was before that.
So
It
that's
wasn't poisoned.
2-0. That's 2-0.
Yeah,
You
the
need
bad
to really
prawn
bring out the
salad.
bag, Team A. People are putting money on
He's
you
a
guys.
fruitarian, you fool.
That's why he
He's just getting all
died.
these
That's why he died.
The plums.
I suppose we've got a socials clip now.
Oh, fuck me!
I knew this would be a riot. I'm a fucking genius. Oh, right. We're going to go on to not a user-submitted one.
Fucking great.
Random. Let's go. Should be a quick one. This one is... This one's called Eggs Are Crap. Discuss.
Eggs are crap.
Eggs are crap. Discuss. And against eggs are Team B. You guys are against eggs. And 4 eggs are Team A. And we're going to start with Team A. And your time, 4 eggs. So eggs are crap, but you're pro eggs. Start now.
Eggs are literally the most versatile food that you can possibly think of. You've got cream eggs, you've got mini eggs, you've got Easter eggs. You start with that. But most importantly, you've got double chicken eggs. You can scramble them, you can fry them. I can't do this. You can stick them in a sandwich. Oh, come on.
Come on.
You can fertilise them and make children. Honestly, what more can you want from an egg?
Oh my god.
Sorry, we can't hear you in the back.
That's all I need. That's all I have to say on eggs. Eggs, they're excellent.
Oh, yes, it's in there. Well done.
Let me just compose myself.
Stiggy, you feel all right?
Fucking just the last two things. Just.
I can't stop snorting like a pig.
Oh, was she snorting? I thought that was candy.
No, you were me. Right, let me compose myself. I need to be professional in this auditorium. Right, so eggs are crap. Starts. Stig, go.
Eggs are crap because they are a low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, which is a bad cholesterol, which is transported from the liver to the arteries and body tissues. And contrary to belief, they are bad for you unless all you're going to eat is the whites. On top of that, they come from chickens, and chickens are really mistreated in battery hens and other egg industries. So not only are you contributing to the torture of beautiful chickens just to get your McMuffin sandwich, you are also making your body worse by giving yourself high cholesterol. Not only that, is that they make your fat smell really bad.
Sure, that's a bonus.
That's all I've got.
It?
Yeah.
Time. Oh my god. I'm giving the point to Team A
Yes.
because I was howling. Which is
Rubbish.
Which you said. But eggs, very versatile. You've got cream eggs.
That is not a good debate. You haven't given us a chance to bloody talk back.
Sorry.
There's no point there. Doesn't matter, does it?
No, you can change me. You can change my mind. You've got a rebuttal.
I changed your mind. It was about eggs, not fucking chocolate Easter eggs.
That wasn't
It didn't
specified.
specified, actually.
Yeah, it's not in the title. It just said eggs. General. Could have been a dinosaur egg.
And do
Well,
you
they
like,
look good, don't they?
do you like
Concede the point,
going to
concede the point.
KFC, do you?
Team A won that one. Sorry.
Okay, I see how it is. Just make Oodles
Just out
laugh.
Just out of
Don't bring the facts.
No, facts work sometimes. That was just a
Yeah.
stupid
I
one.
saw your research going on there, Stiggy. Unless you have
Oh God.
embedded
That was
knowledge
funny.
about eggs.
Of course I
That
do.
was fucking funny.
Do you not
Go
talk?
through it
Did you
again.
not see
Say it
our?
again now.
Did you not see our talk about eggs earlier on in the Discord today?
Eggs are great.
The egg channel.
Right. Oh God. This is another user. I'm sorry, I need to compose something. User-generated question. Let me pick one.
I mean, a listener-generated one.
Listener, yeah, user. What the fuck am I saying? I'm drunk.
They're not end users of our product.
So this is from. Get ready. This is from Deadbeat Punk,
Oh, fuck.
Oh, here we go.
and he's written: "Streaming is the future, and ownership of media is a draconian mindset towards art." So I'll read that again. Streaming is the future and ownership of media, and it is a draconian mindset towards art. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So, Team A will be not agreeing with that statement. Team B will be agreeing with that statement. And Team B will start in.
So
three.
I'm saying streaming's a good thing, yeah?
Yes, you're saying streaming's a good thing.
Right, okay.
3, 2, 1, go!
Fucking streaming's mint, man. Think about it. You don't have to build your own computer. You don't have to have expensive consoles downstairs. Nah. Someone else, some fancy lad with a lot of money's built a fucking whacking great big massive computer there, and all he gives you is a controller, and that's all you need. You get in with your subscription service, you get in with your decent internet connection, unless you know somewhere like Leeds where internet doesn't exist yet. But you know you get straight in there, put your console on, and you just press the button and it goes, and it's great. And if you apply it with something like Game Pass and you use xCloud on that, you don't even have to fucking buy the individual games themselves. You just get in there, just whack your controller on, and you're straight in with Halo. And you're fucking killing grunts and grappling hooking around. What more could you want? The instant loading is the thing. I know a lot of people took the piss out of Stadia because their business model was bollocks, and their business model was bollocks, but the technology worked. You ever played with Stadia? It's incredible. I have. When you fucking just plug it in, you plug your controller and you just go to the website and you just click on Destiny 2 and boom, it's there. No loading screens. It's phenomenal. It really is the future. As long as they can get the pricing models right, there's no reason that you need a console or a PC or whatever. All this stuff can just be beamed into your living room and you don't have to worry one jot about it. You know, you don't have to... At the minute, graphics cards cost £700 for a shit one. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to battle scalpers online to get a PS5. Just get straight in there with your Ratchet and Clank and get clanking away. What more do you want?
Time.
There we go.
Well done. Round of applause. Again, to the knuckle. Team B, master debaters. Team A, you're against streaming, basically. I believe it is...
Well, we know how big he is if you've listened to our Patreon specials.
Monsieur Bigglesworth.
He's
After
ready to do a
3.
rap battle. Look.
3, 2, 1, go.
Can't fucking find anything I want to watch. It doesn't matter which one I go on. Where is my continue watching this? It's moved 4 levels down. It's just been recently added from Bulgaria. I mean, I've already gone about streaming movies, but at the end of the day, you now have to subscribe to Netflix, to Prime, to HBO, to Paramount, just to watch some sort of series that you might be interested in. No one can afford that. And if you start watching that series, they'll probably cancel it within a week. You just cannot keep up with all these different things being thrown at you. Gaming subscriptions, music subscriptions, the artists don't get the money they deserve, the crunching that's involved in trying to get these things out in time so that people can play it day one delivery. It doesn't work. Ever since streaming was brought in, people are just patching the stuff. We just talked about Cyberpunk. It's bollocks. It's fucked. Battlefield doesn't work. It's just nothing works anymore. I want to go in and buy something physical. I want it in my hands. I don't want to stream it. I just don't even own anything anymore. Nothing is your property. It's all about streaming. It's all based on, have you got enough gigabytes to download it? Do you get capped? Have you got enough data? It's rubbish. Streaming up your ass.
Time? Yeah? Calling it time. Right, it is your 1 minute of rebuttal between all of you, and go.
Biggie, did you understand the question?
I don't think he did.
No.
I didn't.
Because you brought up one, why streaming is bad. Fair enough. You didn't actually explain why it's better to own things, and also you brought up like Battlefield and Cyberpunk, which aren't being streamed to you, which you both own physical copies for.
I don't.
I'd also like to point out that you brought up the the subscription model. So for the price of a Netflix and a Game Pass subscription, that would mean you could only buy 27 Blu-rays with that. And there's a lot more content than 27 Blu-rays, or probably about 14 games on those services.
What's that behind your shelf? What's that on your shelf behind you, mate?
They're books. Yeah.
They're books.
They're books. And they're also DVDs that I bought before streaming became about.
It's the gateway to hell.
Literally, everything's going to be streamed. You're going to have streaming cards soon, and then you'll not own anything. And then anything can be taken away from you.
Time. I'd be stupid if I didn't give the point to Team B on that one.
Hey.
Because even though they didn't know the topic was coming, well researched, they got
It was literally the first episode we did of this podcast.
It was. I was thinking that.
I can never understand anything.
To be behind me, Biggie, they are
anyway.
DVDs and Blu-rays, but I haven't bought a single one. Even though I've been collecting MCU and Disney and all that, since they came out on streaming, I just haven't bothered buying them.
Yeah, I think streaming is not draconian.
I'm not against streaming. I like it.
I believe there is a market for both.
Yeah, but you've got to pretend. Can't we?
On that debate, you've got to pretend. On that debate, Team B are 4-1 now. So come on, Team A.
3-1.
3-1.
We've only done 4, haven't we?
Sorry, 3-1. Yeah,
should be 4
down. I've even got it written down 3-1. What's wrong with me? Oh God! Right, we're gonna go for a non-listener one. Right, let's go. This debate is entitled "Technology Follows the Porn Industry, Not Porn Follows the Technology Industry." And
What?
Right. Okay.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
I understand it, but that's not a debate. That's an objective fact.
Okay then.
Pick another one.
The debate is: does technology follow the porn industry? Is that better?
Yeah.
And Team A will be for that statement, and Team B will be against. And we will start with Team B.
I generally don't have anything for this. I'm conceding because I have no idea what the fuck this is. Sorry. Candy can go for it. Like I don't have anything for it. What the fuck does that even mean? Technology doesn't follow the porn industry. Technology follows every fucking industry.
Do you want to start?
That's just stupid. No, that's it. I'm not doing it because I don't know what I'm doing.
You can concede if you want.
Can I tag in?
Yeah, Gadget can tag in then, because I have no idea what the fuck I meant to say here.
You can. Let's start now.
So it is a myth that people think that technology follows the porn industry. The porn industry has not existed as long as technology has existed. So let's get that one out of there to start with. VHS and Betamax is the big one that they always argue about. In the porn industry went for VHS, that meant the world went for VHS. No, it didn't. It was Sony had better marketing on VHS, which is why VHS became a thing. In the same way that CDs became a thing. In the same way that DVDs became a thing over fucking Laserdiscs. It all depends on who has the better marketing. It's not a case of people buy a lot of porn. Fine, fantastic, whatever. Well, it's not a case of that whatever the porn industry adopts that the technology follows. It's not a simple case. That is just massively underselling the amount of money that goes into marketing these things. I'll go back to VHS. VHS took off because the big studios were owned by Sony, which meant Sony put the good films out on VHS, which meant people bought VHS machines. It's dead simple. Sony came out with the PlayStation 3 with a Blu-ray player in it. Sony Studios pushing films onto Blu-ray. What films got pushed onto HD DVD? Does anybody remember?
No.
Because that wasn't what Sony was pushing. Technology goes the way the person with the most money or the best marketing goes for it. The people who can get the most exciting things to come to that form of technology or that form of medium.
Time.
Man, glad you understood the question because I didn't.
Well done, man. I
have no idea what you
can swap between your teams. I don't know if I stressed that.
I literally would have been just gone. I've nothing because I did not understand that at all.
I don't even know what prawn is.
Sorry, I'm just being stupid.
It's all right.
It's a shrimp piggy.
Team A, are you ready? I believe it's Candy.
Yes.
She's ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Technology follows the porn industry. Back in the days of cave paintings, you found yourself porn, moved on to the magazines, and let me take you back to a time of mobile phones. When they first released big old bricks, and then they got smaller and smaller and smaller until YouTube came along, RedTube came along, X-Hamster came along, and suddenly those screens started getting bigger and bigger and bigger so you could take your porn on the go. Technology very much followed porn in that sense. And now what have we got? 3D porn. That's all we need. That's all we're doing. That's all I need.
Time.
Although I'm wondering if maybe we're going to get 4D porn and we get Splashovision.
Oh, that's right. You now have 1 minute of rebuttal starting.
I understand this a bit more now.
Go on, Stig, go for it.
Okay, that's a very good point, Candy, but also it's not just, as Gadget pointed out, it's not the porn industry that drove that. It's everything else. You even said in your own argument, YouTube came around first. People wanted to watch YouTube and other videos on it, and then porn latched onto that. And they said, oh, we can do this because other people have developed this software and developed this stuff for us. That happened after. It didn't happen because the porn industry wanted it to happen. They just copied people.
But what are you watching late at night in bed? Are you watching Pingu?
Not porn, because my wife sits live next to me.
Didn't Sony announce that most people that subscribe to Pornhub is through the PlayStation? That was officially confirmed by Sony.
You got facts to prove that?
Yeah.
Go online, check it out.
No, people watching on console.
Yeah.
Not people watching in general.
Yeah.
It's not that was the reason.
Load up your PS3 to have a wank.
Load up your PS3 to have a wank. Like that. Tough one, that.
Was it?
No. Team B gets another point.
Why?
I'm just trying to humour Team A.
We had an argument.
Facts.
That was a tough one. I'm sorry that I couldn't do that. I just didn't.
That was a debate I found on the top 10 debates.
I challenge anyone to debate Gadget. He's too intelligent for this
world. He's great, isn't he? He's great, isn't he?
I think Gadget versus the rest of us.
Right. Next one is one I've put in, and it's going to be... Lad Bible is the zenith of culture and journalism. Discuss. And for this is Team B. And against this is Team A. And we're going to start with Team A.
I guess I'll believe it's Gadget.
Biggie.
You can do this one for a stick. You're the closest thing to a lad on this team.
Come Come on, Biggie, you got this.
So
Not really.
after, are you ready, Biggie?
No, but go on.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, Lad Bible. Yeah, here's another funny video. Somebody punching somebody, some fight kicking off outside a football game. Oh, here's some made up video, some prank played on somebody. Oh, here's a funny cat having a shit in a banana or something. I don't know. There's some bizarre, boring videos. Nothing even
Send me a link
makes
to that.
sense. Nothing makes sense anymore. I don't believe any of the videos that you see. They're all made up pranks for people hoping to get views. It's become view culture. It's all about the numbers. Lad Bible's just another one of those websites where you can find funny shit on that's available everywhere else. The same videos get posted up on the internet. Your Twitter timeline gets covered with the same kind of funny pranks that aren't even funny anymore. I hate Lad Bible. Up your ass. Always end with that.
Are you ending it there?
Yeah.
Excellent. You guys have not used your time allotted at all so far. So, Lad Bible is the zenith of culture and journalism. Team B, start now.
Lad Bible came around because journalism needed a change. It needed a change from the stuffy old BBC, Guardian, Telegraph wank, and it needed to come and present itself to the common man, someone, and show interests other than all the crap that happens around the world. They are basically where we started off. We don't cover things that the real world covers, and neither do they. They cover the fun stuff, the things that people want to know about. And not only that, they've progressed that out into Unilad and Sports Bible. And along the way, over the last 10 years, they've won various awards for digital entrepreneurships and journalist awards. So they are actually seen as serious journalisms, but while also having a fun time while doing it and presenting the fun things in life. Biggie's moaning about let's watch a shit video, let's look at this shit video. We all look at them. That's what TikTok is. But they're like the founder of this, and they bring that kind of stuff to the masses, and they've just gone from strength to strength. And I love their journalism. I love reading their articles. I read them for the articles, nothing else.
They have articles.
I don't think Biggie knows what Lad Bible is. That's
Are you ending it there?
Yeah.
Excellent. You've got 1 minute of rebuttal, guys. Starting 3, 2, 1, go.
You can't say Lad Bible was the first publication to advertise itself to the common. You had Viz, you had Kerrang, and they've been going for 30 odd years. Lad Bible was not the first. It may have been the first.
Yeah, Kerrang focuses on music and stuff, and a certain type of music, though. But the Lad Bible
doesn't matter. It's but so does Lad Bible, because you've got the sort of offshoots of it. But
yeah,
I mean, you can't
Nuts
say
magazine.
that it was the first publication to advertise, be for the common man, or it's
it's one of the first. It's one of the ones
That's
that launched.
a fact.
Lad Bible's Facebook page has over 2 million likes because it appeals to the common person. People like the fun aspect of it. They wanted something different from the BBC or from the Guardian.
It's got commoners going on there. That's why.
Mark Zuckerberg has over 2 million likes, and no one likes him.
Yeah, but that's not.
I like that.
Yes,
That's
yes,
not to do with Lad
but Mark Zuckerberg doesn't provide us with videos of drunk people getting arrested in nightclubs.
Time.
Yet.
Can you be quiet, please, when I've said time? That's a tough one because I hate Lad Bible, and I know Stig does.
I said, did you need a shower after that, Stig?
Yeah.
That was. I'm sorry, Team A, but that was so convincing. He's done it again. That's 5-1 to Team B. Now we could rip a few through, and you could still catch up. So don't worry.
Yeah, can't wait.
I don't know what. It's so hard to defend Lad Bible.
Yeah, but you did it.
They generally get
fucking
questions
hate
like the bloody Prime Minister's like question. When he does all stuff from that. Oh, here's so and so from Lad Bible. You're like, what the fucking Lad Bible?
This next one is going to be a listener one. Let me see. It's this one. So this one is inspired by Angry Kurt's question, not his question. So, James Bond is a rote male stereotype that needs to evolve. And for that argument is Team A.
Thank God.
And against that argument is Team B.
Fuck.
and we're starting with Team A. So I believe it's. You can choose amongst you both if you want. If you want to swap it about.
You got this,
For you guys who wants.
Thank you.
So
007.
Candy for Team A. James Bond is a rote male stereotype that needs to evolve. 3, 2, 1, go.
I remember the first James Bond film I saw. I snuggled up with my dad with some peanuts in a little bowl. I watched Sean Connery slap a woman across a car bonnet. I asked my dad, are they all like this? And he was like, yes, they are. I'm afraid they are. And things haven't got much better since. I'm sorry, but you can say it's a woke James Bond or whatever you want to call it, but not much has changed. You've still got the alpha male in charge. You still got it was only really within the last couple of years that you still don't have like an alpha female James Bond baddie, do you really? I mean, it's all you can say as much as you want for a female playing the protagonist, but what antagonist will overpower James Bond and outsmart him? They won't, because it's still an archaic view that the man is a more powerful character and he's still always in charge and he'll still outsmart a woman. Whether it's in a chauvinistic way or not, that is still the way that these producers think. The end.
Are you ending your time there?
Yes.
Fucking solid. Round of applause.
I've got this gadget, unless you want to take
thank
it.
fuck for that.
So, I love Aztec's like, I've got this. Team B. James Bond is a rote male stereotype that needs to evolve. You are against this argument. 3, 2, 1, go.
Lads, 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 lads. James Bond is a lad.
He's got this gadget.
He's got this. Done.
Done. Okay, right, you've got 1 minute of rebuttal starting now.
The only thing I can rebuttal to Candy's argument was Electra King. She was a female baddie that outsmarted James Bond.
She was, yeah. She's
not one of the classics, though, is she?
No,
I know, because she's in the world is not enough. It's hardly a classic, but still.
Do you know what, Gadget? If you're happy with this, I'll concede this point, because there was no way we could defend this.
Nah. We're stopping the time. And stop. Team A, smashing it out there with a point.
I'm surprised you didn't give it to them then.
Lads, for 25 seconds.
That was a fairly convincing argument, Oodles.
You almost had me.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Lads are fucking good, aren't they? Everyone loves lads. Whew. Thanks for that inspiration there, Angry Kurt, because he put what's the best Bond, and that's not really good for debate, because a minute and a half's not good enough for that.
It's Roger Moore anyway.
Shut up.
Stick that in the Discord questions. We'll get to that one day.
Yes, we will. Let's go with... this one's got a good one. Football is overrated. And agreeing with this is Team B.
I know who's
and
taking
against this.
I'm just going straight up there.
Gadget put himself straight
against
up.
This is Team A, and Team B are going first.
Yep.
Really
happy to be there.
Football is shite, innit? Go on, tell him, Gadget.
1, go.
Oh, football's fucking shite. What do you want to watch fucking 22 millionaires kicking a fucking inflatable ball around for? Honestly, it is just the most dull, dross bullshit, because the thing is, unlike a lot of other sports in the world, and I get this confusion that Americans have with us, there's nothing more boring than a no-score draw. 0-0 is the worst thing, because you watch these overprimped, overpaid millionaires running around for 90 minutes, not doing actually anything. People go on about the tactical play of teams. The tactical play consists of kicking the ball around the back four until an opening comes up. That can go on for minutes. Minutes watching the ball just bounce between the same four players. You pay 45 quid upwards just to get into some of these stadiums to watch 4 people pass the ball around the back, ignoring the other fucking 18 people on the pitch. Honestly, football is dreadful. You go to a match and you expect it to pay a tenner for a fucking pint and a crap pie that's cold and probably give you dysentery in the process. Honestly, I hate football so much, and this is actual genuine belief because it brings out the worst in people. Newcastle is famous for having someone punch a horse after Newcastle lost to Sunderland. These are football fans. I can't get round the city I live in on a match day because it's fucking impossible, because 52,000 people want to go sit in the bastard cold to watch 22 millionaires kick around a ball who don't give a fuck about them. No!
And time.
Yes.
Whoa, wow.
I don't know if you could tell that I'm passionate about
That
the
was
subject.
real, weren't it?
I don't like
Oh,
football
really?
anymore. I'd say that.
Yeah, I've gone off it. Unless Team A disagree with that. So, football is overrated. You disagree with it. I believe who's taking this? Biggie's taking this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Boys and girls dream of being footballers. You can play that game just with your friends, jumpers for goalposts, beans for tea, kicking a ball around, or you can train, become part of an academy, grow up, end up becoming the greatest footballer that ever exists. That's a dream for so many people out there. And it's not just a dream for the people that play football, it's the dream for the people that watch the football, who are part of that community, that have grown up supporting the same team all their life, whether they're born there or just pick that team out randomly. It's all about that unity, that boyhood, the dream of football for winning the championship, getting behind your team. There's nothing better. It doesn't matter if you have a score draw of 0-0. That could be the that could be the result you need to give you that 1 point that wins the championship. It doesn't matter. And it could be a tactical game. That's the idea of a manager. He gets his 11 players to play a game to defeat the other team. That's the point of it. But everybody wants this. It's a dream we all want. I've always wanted to be Beckham. Is that it?
Oh, stop time. Oh. That were emotional. I don't know. I just heard that Hovis advert in there.
It was when he said
why.
jumpers for goalposts. That's all I could think of.
So we've got 1 minute to rebuttal this, starting now.
Gadget, you can't go in about the fans. You can't say football's a terrible, boring game because of the way the fans act. That's not what the question was. That's not what the question was.
But, okay, I will concede that. However, it is still a terrible, overrated, boring game to watch.
Yeah, it's
the
fucking
fans just
shite.
make it worse.
Well, no, because I mean, if you end up with a 0-0 draw, that's because both of the teams are usually playing so well.
No, it's
No,
not.
all they're playing
I've
equally
seen
shit.
games where it's just awful, and I'm just sick of it. The players are prima donnas.
He's not. He's an absolute liar. Don't believe his
so
lies.
so much money banding around the game. They don't
He's
give
the
a
biggest
shit
Liverpool
about the
fan I
fans.
know.
They
He's
don't
telling
care at all.
And it's such a popular game in Europe. You have to be the absolute peak of physical fitness
Yeah,
and
it's
skill
such a
to
popular-
even participate in even the
popular-
lowest leagues.
It's
It's
It was
not like you can
overrated.
just take it
There's
as a
so much
hobby.
money invested.
Hockey is more
in it.
interesting than football.
Are we done? Are we done? Time.
Yeah, I think I've completely knocked the wind out of Candy's sails with that one.
What did you say?
Team A, you've won that.
Of course they fucking won it. It's as good as us
They
just
were
coming on there and going,
emotional.
Kojima is the best, and you going, yeah. It's like,
I might have not liked football.
we know what you do.
God knows why you're a Leeds supporter.
Because it's passion. Excellent. So it's 5-3.
Masochism.
The next three, the
Wrong
final
team, Mason
three,
Bones,
are run by our listeners. So if you don't like the questions, blame them. The first one is from Sergeant Story. Ale is the best kind of alcohol. Discuss. And for that argument is Team A. And against it's Team B. And we're going to start with Team B. So you guys are not agreeing that ale is the best form of alcohol. Who's going to go with that one? Have you decided?
I'll go for it.
Yeah? Okay. 3, 2, and a 1. Go.
Ale's fine. But whiskey exists.
Oh.
Rum exists. Vodka exists.
Mm.
Ale is the kind of drink old men in tweed jackets with extravagant facial hair drink after going fox hunting. Basically, ale is a terrible drink for terrible people. It loads you down. It makes you feel sick. It tastes terrible. I mean, it really is terrible. And everyone goes, oh, I'll have a chewy pint. It's like, no, you do not want a chewy pint of anything. That means it's off. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you beardy weirdies? He says, having a beard, who go in for this ale all the time. No. Oh, ale is a man's drink. No, whiskey. Drink whiskey if you want to think it's a man's drink. There's no such thing as a man's drink. Women can drink ale as well, and they can be equally welcome to dislike it.
Is that you?
Yes, that's me.
Excellent. Lovely. Lovely that. A nice solid minute there. So, Ale is the best kind of alcohol. Team A.
You right with this one?
Take
For this
that.
one?
You okay with this one?
No,
Oh, I'll do it if you want.
I've never drunk an ale.
Three. You have. 3, 2, 1, and go.
The best thing about ales is that there's now so much variety. You can have local brewed ales. I've got a lot of companies who are investigating the different flavours you can have with ales. You can have toffee apple flavoured ales. There's all sorts of things. It's just become almost an enjoyment to try all these different flavours. There are different strengths. You can go into any pub and you'll never almost see the same ale on there because people are just trying to get people to try something different instead of, I'll just have my usual Guinness. Oh, what have you got there? Some Tanglefoot, some Fingering Badger. It doesn't matter what it is.
Fingering Badger.
The names
I
are
have
comical.
had one, actually, that one.
But they're lovely, and you can sit back and enjoy the ale. You don't have to drink it fast. It's just a nice, relaxing drink. And you don't have to go and get absolutely twatted straight away in the first 5 minutes you walk into a pub. You can sit back and taste that ale. And then because the flavour doesn't last for too long, you can try another different drink. It's not like it's got that taste that just hangs in there forever. You can actually be a bit more variant with your tastes. You go into any supermarket, there are options everywhere. There's so many different types now. It's a variety.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Both snappy 1 minute thing. You've got 1 minute now to rebuttal this between yourselves. 3, 2, 1, go.
There's more variety of other alcohol than there are ales, so having variety isn't an argument at all. And it's started to become to the point where it's pretentious. Oh, you don't like ale. I like this IPA that was brewed in my dog's asshole. It's like, it smells like a farm and tastes like dog shit, but honestly, it's the best you'll get. It's like, it's just become to the point where
Can you get me that subscription, please?
It's just got to the point now where you can't just have a normal alcoholic drink, or you can't even have a lager, because apparently a lager isn't good enough. You have to have an ale now that's fucking bullshit.
Didn't you try to get rid of a load of flavoured gin from your house because you were sick of having all this different flavoured gin?
No, I'm not sick of having it. No.
The debate cannot be personal.
I am not
personal.
sick of having the flavoured gin. I enjoy the flavoured gins. I'm saying
I enjoy the flavoured ales.
Too many gins. Yeah, but the argument that there's more variety of ale than there are other alcohols is bullshit. There is way more other types and versions of alcohol out there.
Time. I don't want to go with my gut on this one.
Is that because you're such an ale lover?
Team B gets the point. I love ale,
really?
you know I do. But I
So do I.
I wasn't going to go personal.
Oodles, you're 40% ale.
I am.
You're
Goblins
literally
thrive
wearing
on
a
ale.
t-shirt that says they'll never know I'm drunk.
They'll never know.
You probably like an ale, don't you, Gadget? Like,
I love an ale.
yeah,
He loves an ale, I know he does. Candy, I am surprised you've not tried it. There's some good ales.
I have had an
Good
IPA,
ales.
that's true, but
Yeah.
more of a wine person.
Yeah, sorry. So that's 6-3 to Team B. We've got 2 more. So the best Team A can do is just
Lose?
honour.
You've been done over again, Biggie.
Honour.
Don't have
It's
it
just
by
honour, isn't it?
yourselves.
This. You're playing on honour, this. So the last, the penultimate one is from Ray. Paraphrase slightly. Esports are the future of sports. And for this is Team B.
Hang on a second. No, that is wildly paraphrased, because what he said, his question is the rise of esports a positive thing for gaming?
Yes.
okay, that's easy to.
Not the future of sports.
Well, we can use that one then.
I'll have to do this one, won't I?
Yeah, that's what is it? The rise of esports is the future of gaming.
Is a positive thing for gaming.
Positive future for gaming. Yeah, sorry, I
No,
did
positive
write in
thing,
brackets.
not positive future. Stop changing the listeners' words, man, you fucked up fucking knucklehead.
I'm drunk. Don't argue. This is not going good against.
Right, so repeat the final question.
Is the
Gotcha.
rise of esports a positive thing for gaming?
Okay.
There you go. And for that is, like I said, Team B. And against is Team A, and Team A are going to start.
I can take this Biggie.
Who's
if you like.
taking 3, 2, 1, go.
Esports. It's the breeding ground of toxicity. A male-dominated place once again, full of sweaty little weebs that don't come out of their bedrooms. They spend 12 hours a day in front of their computer screens, and they think that's all that life revolves around. Then you've got the toxic fandom as well. So not only have you got the game being played against toxic people, which these games that are esports inclusive do tend to be the most toxic you can possibly get. And then you've got the crowd involved. And the crowd must have left their bedrooms for one night to go out and just hate everyone else on the other team. There's nothing positive about it. And it's another way to just squeeze a few advertisements into gaming as well. So you've got your Doritos sponsorships, your Mountain Dew sponsorships, your Monster Energy sponsorships. We don't want fucking sponsorships in esports. We don't want it in gaming. It's just one more avenue to make money.
Have you done?
Yep.
Excellent. Brilliant. Nice solid minute, that one. Well done. Team B, you know the assignment. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm not sure what your problem with making money is, because these companies who make money on these esports games and these esports tournaments will then funnel that money back into other games which people at home can enjoy. The sponsorships do not affect you one bit because you're not watching esports, so that's a moot point. Everything has sponsorships. These are directed towards the people who go to watch esports. But in terms of how this is good for the industry, is that it brings the gaming industry to the masses more, because it provides another avenue for people to enjoy. Just like people like to enjoy real sports, there are people like Gadget who doesn't like football, but he might take an interest in somebody playing Dota or a big MMO style like Together or a fighting competition, and he might think, actually, this is my kind of thing. I could get involved in this because it's actually now it's a community and it's fans getting together to watch and enjoy something that I have interest in, which is gaming. And not only that, there are a lot of female led esports players. Scarlett, Sasha Houston, has earned up to $500,000 playing esports. So it's not just completely male driven. It was originally,
Got facts.
but it's now growing into the point where like female ladies, women. Sorry, I don't know what you.
Females,
okay.
females fine.
Derailed myself there, but yeah,
You're under pressure, don't worry.
but yeah, you can't just say, oh, it's all toxic, it's all this, because it's bringing stuff.
Time.
I don't know where it's going.
No, well done, mate. That was heartfelt, that. I felt that was real. You've got 1 minute to rebuttal this between you all. 3, 2, 1, go.
Gadget,
They're not
you
athletes.
dragged in the toxic fandom into football. And then so you can't then use that against esports.
So I have not been aware of any esports competition where horses were punched. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
So far, any animals anywhere near an esports arena have been fine and unmolested.
So far.
Not saying it might not happen in the future,
Well,
but
absolutely,
as
that's
up
what
to
I
this
mean. You
point.
never know where these places are going to go. You don't know where esports is going
And
to take
considering
us.
sport is supposed to be,
I mean, esports generally takes us to
encouraging-
Korea, so I'll just leave that one with
But why
you.
is esports bad for the gaming industry? That's the point. For me, it brings more people into the culture of gaming, into something that they could now enjoy, because they can enjoy this getting together in this team aspect. Whereas before, they were probably mocked for it. Oh, you
Well, no,
like
'cause if
online
you're in
gaming?
the thing,
It's like, but now
if
they
you're
can go,
into
yeah, well, it's one of the
gaming
biggest.
anyway-
Now 20 or 90 million people go and watch it every year. So who's
There's
the
not
loser
one
now?
person that's been brought into gaming because they've decided to watch an esports show. They, somebody that hasn't ever seen any gaming thought,
Time. I know you had a point there,
it was
but
coming
Just
out.
really, can I rebut that rebuttal of Candy, though? Because I started playing StarCraft after I started watching it online.
But you were already a gamer though.
time. This is tough because Stig did bring out facts. I wasn't expecting that.
what?
on
Because
the fly
he's
facts.
allowed to research in front of him, is he?
Everyone can.
There was no rule say that we can't look things up.
I never said that.
This is an unprepared debate. If we knew the topics ahead of time, then yeah, you would
Oh, God,
research,
yeah.
wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Not my fault you don't Google things.
He's still stuck on Netflix on his screen, man.
It's porn,
I'm
actually.
giving it to Team B again. Team B.
Oh my
Another point.
God.
I found that really hard to debate then as well.
That
was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it? And the last one from That F King Show. New metal. Discuss.
Oh boy.
So, for new metal is Team A. And against new metal for the finale is B. And going first for glory is Team A.
I'm swapping with Candy because I don't listen to it.
That's fine. 3, 2, go.
Korn, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, all of them absolute classic bands, absolute bangers. People still sing songs of theirs to this day. Karaoke classics, Download Festival, one of the best festivals in the world. That whole early 2000s genre of metal just absolutely changed the landscape of metal completely. Before that, we had grunge, we had hair metal, both pretty good, but then new metal came along and absolutely changed things. Modernized metal music. Mission Impossible theme tune that was changed for the better.
That doesn't help.
Help me. Back to myself. So hard. Limp Bizkit. How many classics have Limp Bizkit got? Fred Durst, absolute pillar of the community.
Only we can fly.
Jonathan Davis, HIV tattoo, another pillar of the community. Come on now. New metal, it's where it's at.
Are you ready? That brilliant. Fucking hell. Mission Impossible. Oh, God.
I like that track.
Fuck me.
Oh, God. Yes. And, the assignment. Team B, who wants to take this?
I'm taking
The
it.
one who doesn't like new metal over the one who does, probably.
3, 2, 1. Go.
I'm just going to read you a little quote here.
Oh, no.
If I can find it, yes. Maybe life is up and down, but my life's been what till now? I crawled up your butt somehow, and that's when things got turned around. This was from a charting single called Boiler by Limp Bizkit. Morally bankrupt band who had no actual skill or ability in putting things together, heavily marketed. The Mission Impossible theme song. Why did they get to do that?
Banger.
Because it's good.
And why did they get to put a shit rap song on top of it?
The banger.
Now I know why you want to hate me.
Because hate is all the world has even seen lately, because I fucking hate new metal. Fucking Linkin Park are a boy band with a fucking DJ in the background. Fucking Korn. I mean, at one point, Korn got so bad, the guitarist quit to become a missionary in Israel. And then when he realised that wasn't such a good job, he came back to the band and is still miserable. The bassist of Korn went off and did a rap album because he was so sick of how Korn sounded. What other bands have stuck around? Head PE, they disappeared. American Head Charge, they disappeared. Soil, they disappeared. Fucking Edema exists because of new metal. The way you like it, fuck off the way I don't like it. Absolutely terrible music. The fusion of rap and rock worked so well when it came out when Public Enemy and Anthrax did the thing, and it got twisted and bastardized by the marketing people and the producers who then pushed it. Oh, I was just getting going there as well.
Oh, fucking hell, wow. You now have 1 minute to rebuttal. 3, 2, 1.
You say that Head leaving Korn to become a missionary was a bad thing, but do you think that was not possibly a business move on his part? Korn were a very, very loud, very in-your-face band that a lot of Christian parents in the American Midwest would not let their kids listen to. What do? Your guitarist becomes a missionary for a bit. He comes back. All of a sudden, they can sell albums to all these people that weren't allowed to listen to them when they were kids.
No, that's because those kids had then become 18 by the time he came back and could buy the albums for themselves.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nope.
That's your rebuttal to that rebuttal.
And who doesn't like corn? I like popcorn, corn on the cob,
Absolutely. Candy corn.
candy corn,
Hey.
And the Mission Impossible theme tune. What an absolute banger.
corn in my poo.
No, I will not say. Some of them don't even write lyrics. What's the most impressive part of fucking Freak Unleashed?
Come on, everyone knows that bit. That's the best bit.
Time. Team A wins that one.
Yes.
How the fuck does Team A win that
You had
one?
to give him a point.
Give him a point. Now,
That's not
we're
very
actually
frequent.
Can I just go back on that? It's like,
Yeah, because
I'm not sure. I like new metal. There's a lot of bands that I really
love
like,
new metal.
and there's some great stuff. I just want to say, Gadget, the American Head Charge stopped because the lead singer died.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to talk
Same
about
with
that.
Drowning Pool.
But Candy,
Oh,
you
I
should
didn't
I
know
don't
that.
like new metal, but
new
there's
metal
some
has brought
work
metal to
on
the
there.
masses. It brought you might not
yeah,
like
no,
it,
I
but
love new metal.
Yeah, but it I know, but it in general people rip on it, but it got more people into other forms of metal. Without new metal, I wouldn't be into other metal. I wouldn't have got into heavier stuff and older stuff.
It was
my gateway.
So
to stop you there, guys, we have time for one more because we've finished earlier than I thought. Now we've got 2 that's left. Now I'm going to do this randomly.
What, you're not doing it randomly?
Exactly the one I want.
I think I know which one you've got just based on your reaction.
This is the one I wanted. Crash Team Racing is the greatest kart racer of all time. For this...
Go on then, Stig.
Oh, no, it's Team B. It's Team B.
How is this random?
It's random. And Team A is against that. So Team B is going to go second. Team A, you're against Crash Team Racing being the greatest car racer of all time. Who wants to take this?
I think we know who's taking that.
Biggie, drive us home.
3, 2, 1. Beep, beep.
Why is Mario not the greatest fucking racing game ever? He's the funniest Italian plumber you've ever seen. He's got a lovely moustache and that cute boop in his nose. I love it. And then he's driving around, and it's a tactical racer as well, because you know what? If you're in last place, there's nothing worse than everybody in front of you who are clearly maybe the better drivers. But you know what? You can fuck them up with a blue shell. And what better way to take everybody out, a particular person in the front, to give you that little chance to get back into the game. And you can got Mario, you got Luigi, you got other characters that I don't know who they are. You got great tracks like Rainbow, some other stuff. But
Road.
Crash Team Racing, he's a bandicoot. What does he know about racing? Shouldn't even have a license, to be perfectly honest.
You done?
Yeah.
Excellent. Fucking brilliant.
Can I just get a ruling from the adjudicator to the point that he didn't actually mention Crash Team Racing until the second to last sentence?
Yeah, it's noted. Don't you worry.
It's not really debating the Crash Team Racing-ness of it.
Exactly. He brought a completely different kart racer. So, Crash Team Racing is the best racer of all time. Team B, start. Go.
Crash Team Racing is the greatest kart racing game of all time, and that is coming from a man who loves Mario Kart. Imagine someone who loves Mario Kart 8 so much that he's dying for a new one, but he knows deep down that the more superior kart game is Crash Team Racing, with a user score of 9 out of 10 on Metacritic and 88 from the users, a 5 out of 5 by Eurogamer. What more can you get with classic tracks like Rouge Tubes, Coco Park, Tiger Temple, Blizzard's Bus and Dingo Canyon? It brings one of Sony's most prestige mascots, a character we all grew up and loved, and brings it to the kart genre, a genre which has been dominated for nearly 30 years by one stupid big-nosed moustache cunt and his stupid little Mushroom Kingdom wankers, and it just absolutely obliterates him with a big old bag of nitro TNT.
Fucking time. Brilliant.
Well done.
And we've now got a review for the YouTube. Crash Team Racing. We've got a 1-minute rebuttal, starting 3, 2, 1, go.
It's not even gonna
I forgot I was here for a minute.
I always thought Mario Kart was the greatest racer, but clearly the argument's been won there that Crash Team Racer is the better, and I'm going to have to concede that.
Are you conceding it? Okay. So the official score has to
I had
go
my fingers
then.
crossed throughout the whole thing.
Team B. That is it. It is official. Crash Team Racing is the greatest kart racer.
No, did you not hear? I had my fingers crossed. Doesn't count.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Steve, you're cutting out. So, unsurprising to most, Team B wins the Great British Debate Off with 8 points. Team A with a respectable 4 points.
Well done, Biggie.
Can you give yourselves a round of applause for that very aggressive concept episode? I sprung that on you all, and you jumped on it perfectly, and I'm so proud of you.
Can I say, I don't mind at all winning to that team, because you have the world's most intelligent man and the world's most competitive man. So we didn't really stand a chance.
Genuinely, the teams were picked randomly. The only question that wasn't random was that final one, as you can obviously tell.
Well, and I'm sure you'll all be happy to have about 4 or 5 of my rants banked up for a while. That'll keep people going for a while.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that. And we don't have any more feedback. But the bulging sack has been emptied in that debate. So we're going to go straight to the socials now. And what are we going to be doing next week?
Actually, to be fair, Oodles, there was one that you didn't pick, which I thought would have been a really hilarious one to get Candy on the wrong side of.
Oh, go on.
Because that was Pete Beckett asked, is Adam Sandler a good comedic actor?
Oh, shit. I had it written down. It's just, there was 5 I didn't use in the end.
Well, the cats and dog one would have been a bit difficult as well.
I'm going to squash a rumour here, because obviously people think I'm the world's biggest Adam Sandler fan. That's not true. I just don't dislike him.
Cat, isn't it?
Just don't dislike Adam Sandler. I think he's fine. I enjoy Sandler.
I mean, if that debate would have happened, I would have had to be a bit biased on that one, regardless. Even though I'm supposed to be unbiased. We might do debates. Go on, sorry.
What about cats or dogs? Everyone.
Yeah, cats, obviously.
I mean, dogs win, don't they?
No, cats do.
Cats win.
I've got one of each. I've got 2 dogs and
3
1 cat.
cats to 2 dogs. Cats wins.
Oh,
yeah.
I like them both. I like both. Both taste incredible. But yes, that is it. I'm sure we'll do more debates in future. Maybe from someone else as the adjudicator. That would be interesting. Because I'm terrible at arguing, as you all know.
It's hard, man. I'm not a very good debater at all.
It is hard, isn't it? And I think
Gadget's
the reason I did it
with the top of his head.
It's so good. It scares me.
It was only that new metal one that I actually looked anything up for, and I just wanted to get some shit Limp Bizkit.
It scares me, Gadget, because if you were in court of law, you'd win, regardless of if you were the murderer or not.
The thing
we caught you with a knife in your hand, with it embedded in the body. Yeah, yes, but.
I'm always interested to hear other people's opinions, though. Like, if somebody says something that they don't like something I like, I don't sort of get angry and want to fight my corner. I want to listen to why and then maybe reconsider what I think. So I'm not much of a debater, really. I'm just.
We might do more debates in the future. I think that was a roaring success, but we'll have to see what the listener decides. But let's go on to the socials and what we'll be doing next week. Candy, take it away.
As always, you can visit our website, Modern Escapism. I've had a bottle of wine, guys. Buckle in. modernescapism.co.uk. On there you can find a link to all of our socials, contact details and our merch store. If you've got any comments or feedback for our bulging sack, you can fill out a form on the website, tweet us, but don't tweet us if it's going to take 10 tweets, for fuck's sake. Or email us on modernescapismpod@gmail.com. We've also got a Discord server. We've mentioned it quite a lot this evening. It's so much fun. Please come and join us. At the moment, it's the We Hate Candy Machine show, so give it a couple of weeks and then come and say hello. Twitch, we do semi-regular Twitch streams, twitch.tv/modernescapism. The best place to find out our schedule is probably Twitter or, again, the Discord. We've already spoken about our Patreon. We've changed our stretch goals up a bit, so hopefully making it a bit more fun for everyone. So have a look at that. And if you want to support us in a non-financial way, please leave us a 5-star review wherever you can. And that really helps us too. Next week, we're actually doing a Patreon's choice. So this should be fun.
Oh.
So we've given out, we're taking an idea from all of our Patreons and we've decided to go with Deadbeat Punk's idea, which was, what did you want to be when you were older? So we're going to try and bulk it out a bit because it should be fairly hilarious.
Yeah. It's going to be cathartic that after 2 concept episodes, it's just going to be a nice, straightforward, how much we were idiots as children. It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of anecdotes on that one. But yeah, I think that's it for the non-patron subscribers. Thank you for bearing with us. It's a very highbrow episode that we've had. Some cutting-edge debates. And we'll leave you at that. So for everyone else, we'll see you in the green room after. But good night. Bye.
Bye.
He's waving.
You can scramble him, you can